What is going on? It is the last day of the year. It is the last day of the year. At least here it is. In some places of the world, I believe, uh, Oceania, it is already New Year's. I believe in some places in the world, it has already passed. I don't know, but it is the last day of the year, and tomorrow, actually tonight, or whenever it is midnight in Italy, which we will find out. I will find out in a second. The calcio mercato opens. Isn't that interesting? The calcio mercato officially opens up as soon as it hits midnight in Italy. I believe that's the way it works. The 1st of January, the calcio mercato opens up and it will go on for a month. Already this week, midweek, we're starting the games. Salernitana Milan. That should be a late night game for me. I might do the watch along, but it's like 3 a.m. But I'm very excited because man, this I know the World Cup was great and was fun, but the World Cup in this period of the year just I don't know. It's weird, you know. It's something that you got to bear. I guess you got to bear it when it happens. It doesn't happen very often at this time of the year, but you got to bear it. I am very eager to get back to normal life and following the Scudetto, following the Serie A, and I just want to say that news could not be any better. Finally, today I see something that gives me joy. The first thing I see in the Gazzetta dello Sport, when I open Gazzetta dello Sport, is Pioli, etc., and company. They are worried. The lack of results from from these friendly matches were bad. It is time to get serious. And the team did not take their day off. Right, instead they all were at training. They're all hanging out together, and it's time to reflect. Like we're going into the season, like we cannot be celebrated anymore. It's done. We won the Scudetto last season. It is finished. You celebrate for the 2-3 weeks, and then once you get back to work, you get back to work. It's done. You put that in the museum. Now you focus on the task at hand. So for me, seeing this action, them being worried about these results and deciding to stop the holidays, let's get to work. This is positive news to me because the team needs to really wake up. The team needs to wake up. Now is the time. Now is the time. Carpe diem. Um, we can't fuck up anything. We can't fuck up. We're not allowed to fuck up anything anymore. From today till the last day of the season, we're not allowed to fuck up anything anymore. What have we learned this year? Let's talk about these two things. Well, hold on. Let me say hi to you to chat first. What's up, hey Montana? How you doing? Happy New Year. How you doing? Lab Gorilla Buonasera. From a sunny London. Wow, interesting. It is raining where I'm at. It's not so much the results. It's a completely joke performance being put in. It's hardly clueless. Rancid is the word. Very poor performances during this break. Yeah, no doubt about it. We lost every game, got outplayed in many instances. Team looked a little bit lost. It does, yeah, but it wasn't good. After that 3-0 yesterday, we really need some serious players. Maldini need to get to work. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to follow that during the whole January. We're definitely going to be following that. We're going to see what kind of work that we're going to be doing. Again, it depends who you ask. It depends who you ask. Some people are going to tell you, no, the team is good the way it is. So, first of all, I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody has a crystal ball here. One can only assume by logic what the management is going to do this summer, what this team requires. Well, the first thing that this team requires, 100%, is a kick in the ass. That's it. And it's not a negative kick in the ass. It's just like, hey, guys, come on. Let's wake up. Let's like the honeymoon phase of the 2022 Scudetto is over. 2022 now is officially over. It is 2023, new year. We are not the champions of 2023. We are the champions of 2022, but we're not the champions of 2023. But guess what? We want to be. We want to be the champions of 2023. And now the only way to become the champions of 2023 is to have hunger. When you're celebrating, you're not hungry. You're not hungry when you're celebrating. Now, yes, I was saying, sorry, my mic got muted. Now, we cannot celebrate anymore, especially after this terrible break we had. There's no point in celebrating. There's no point in this team just operating on the fumes of being champions from last year. Um, what up, Red Devil Studio? Happy New Year, my man. Let me go back to chat. It's crazy how Roy used to be positive merchant of the group and always defend terrible decisions, but now he has woken up and he's out of the matrix. No, no, no. Actually, Lucas, you're wrong. I am not neither positive, neither negative. I am on. I look at the team, I analyze the team, and I use the experience that I've learned in my years of coaching football and being around the sport forever. I use that experience to analyze where the team is right now in the current moment. Up until the summer of up until this last summer, this team was in the right path. You know, this team, no, okay, yeah, they made some mistakes here and there, whatever, but the team was in the right path. We had that hunger, right? We had that hunger, and the team was built really well for that season. As a matter of fact, we won the Scudetto. What else can we ask for? And that's the thing. Right now, the, right now we are not completely in tune. The instrument is not completely in tune, but it's okay because as soon as it will be in tune, I will be saying that the instrument is in tune. Um, so I don't have any agendas, any blah blah blah, or anything like that. I am saying what I'm seeing, and also I'm quite objective about our competition. You know, like I think I think that's the thing. It's difficult to be objective about your competition when you're, you know, the fan of a team, right? And you have this relationship with your team. But last year, our competition was not as strong as this year. Last year, we were very hungry. And last year, we had a good chance. We had a good chance of winning the Scudetto. Of course, a lot of things had to go the right way. But the team, the locker room, everyone. Remember, guys, remember something about this year that is very important. Okay, this year we are missing two elements in that locker room that have brought a lot of weight. People don't want to say it because they don't like those players or they think those players are crap, etc. But not just from a footballing stance. I'm talking about even locker room stance, training stance, being in the group, you know, the messaging. You had two adults in that team. One was called Romagnoli, who was the captain of the team, and another one was called Kessi, who was, one of the, he was one of the starters of the team. But not so much what they did on the field, it is what they brought into the training ground. These were players with big expectations, big responsibility. Romagnoli is sorry. Romagnoli was a leader because he is a leader. Now we have not replaced these characters. We have not replaced these characters, and I think it is wrong to pretend to think that is not true. I think it is wrong. You're just, I mean, like, what is the point? Like, why pretend that we have replaced these players when we haven't? We have not replaced Romagnoli. We have not replaced Romagnoli. We have not replaced a person like that in the locker room. Romagnoli has the experience of being a captain of AC Milan, right? He goes to Lazio. He's there. You know, Romagnoli is a man. He's a real man. We replaced Romagnoli with a child, with Chow. Ciao cannot come to Italy and give a sense of responsibility to the team the same way as someone like Romagnoli can. So we did not replace Romagnoli. Dest can't do that either. Ali cannot do that either. CDK cannot do that either. The only person that can come into this team and and give a little bit of a sense of a responsibility is someone like Origi, who has already won the Champions League, who has already played top level football. He's already of a certain age, 27. So that is the only player that we brought in that can give this team a sense uh, of a responsibility. So the truth is that this year we have to be extra hungry. We have to be even more precise. We have to be even more on our toes because we did not replace two key figures like Romagnoli and Kessie. Um, it is a year in which we have to wait for certain players, and it's okay. Like we I think a lot of us know that um, these players are going to come good, but it's going to take time. So the truth is, like this year, you cannot say you cannot have the same confidence of winning the Scudetto as you had last year. You just cannot have it. It's just impossible. If you do, then I think you're lying to yourself. I'd like to know what Pioli is doing. Continues to play Ali out of position. It's as if he's trying to make him look bad. And CDK, God, CDK, what's going on with him? Why is he being played? Um. Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Ali. I like Ali. I like how Ali has been. I don't want to say I don't like how he's being used, but I like Ali the player. I did see a lot of moments of quality that he can bring. Is he being played out of position? Hmm, that's a good question. Thing is, like, what is his position? It seems like I don't know. His position probably is the number 10, if you think about it. But in the summer, he was also good as the number 7 when he played on the right. He did a lot of good things. Um, I would have used Ali the same way Pioli uses Salamix. But if the things like nobody knows. Okay, nobody knows. The only person that knows is the coach. Nobody knows. Like being a couch coach is pointless. Being here and saying you got to use like I can tell you my opinion. In my opinion, from what I saw this summer, I would have used Ali more on the right and would have used him as a balanced player that joins the midfield, but also can give you quality going up. Um, that's how I would have used him, or used him in the double pivot, or attacking midfielder. I mean, if you really have to for emergency, you can use him on the left. You know, but that's just emergency. As far as CDK, guys, CDK obviously just needs time. That's all it is. He just needs time to adapt. The thing again, like again, like when you have to replace your players with players that come in, like guys, like I don't know if you've ever been in locker rooms. Like I don't know who has that experience here, but in a locker room, you have characters that push the team. You have characters that people you know tend to look up to, tend to listen to. You have these natural hierarchies that happen in locker rooms based on personalities. Those personalities are based on experience and respect, etc., etc. Listen, we did not replace Romagnoli and Kessie, okay? So let's just that's it. That's the issue. We did not replace Romagnoli and Kessie with personalities that could help the team be more attentive, help the team be more, on its feet. We're bringing in youngsters. It's too early for these youngsters to gain the respect of that Romagnoli had gained. respect. Chow has to experience that first. He has to be on the field, and he has to win games, and he has to does this, and he has to do that before he can be a real replacement for Romagnoli. Adli, Vranks, CDK, before they can become that and fill that void that Kessie left in the locker room, many things need to happen. Seasons, games, battles won, etc., etc. This shit takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. It does not happen overnight. And it's a fact. It's a fact. Okay? It is a fact. It does not happen overnight. But this is not Pioli's fault, though, Haitian Montana, guys. I'm telling you, like, I'm looking how the Premier League operates. I am looking at the Premier League, how they operate. Bruh, if Pioli was in the Premier League, he would win that league every year easily, probably. And he to the Premier League is become a cheat code. It's become a cheat code. Like it's become so easy for them. It's so easy. But honestly, the truth is that the way Milan is doing it is much more satisfying. It is definitely much more satisfying. It's the only issue with how Milan is doing it is that the margins of error are smaller. That's the issue. Of course, right now Milan is focusing on building the sustainability. Right, that's the main thing right now. The club doesn't want to spend 1,200,000 a year, go in debts, and then end up like Inter that has to sell their youngsters to keep players, guys. That would be such a bad thing. Hell, no, thank you. I would rather, in a million years, operate a football club the way Milan is operating the football club right now. Like, no doubt. Like, it's organic, it's the natural order of things, and it's done by real results, winning, real teamwork, players coming together. These players, guys, when you build a team like this, these are the teams that when there's that big match, you're right, those in and out matches, they are going to band together. This is how you really build a team. It's like, okay, this guy, pay him 100 million. Oh, he sucks. Okay, whatever. Let's get this other guy. He costs 50 million. Oh, whatever. He sucks. Okay, fuck it. Let's get this other guy. He costs 70 million. So, like that, like, okay, you're covering your ass. It's easy to be a coach. I don't want to say I don't have zero respect for Klopp and these other guys. Of course, they're all great coaches. They're all great coaches. Guardiola is one of the best ever. Klopp is in that discussion too. You can argue. Conte is probably the best Italian coach. Um, who else is there? Ten Hag. He has done great stuff with Ajax. Um, who else is in that? This Potter guy. He's doing a decent job. But the thing is, like, they have really easy life over there, guys. They have really an easy life. It's something needs to be done. Like, I mean, honestly, my answer to that is just build your own damn players. Damn it! All you gotta do is give trust your own fucking product. Trust your own fucking product. Like this kid Colombo. Like Colombo, man. Colombo is 20 years old and he's doing good. He's doing really well. 2 years in Serie B, now then Serie A. I mean, you guys saw his highlight reel. He looked like fucking incredible plays, amazing goals. Like, this guy is a super footballer, right? Like, he has the potential of being a super footballer if you put him in the right environment. So, like, I don't want to see Milan spend 40, 60, 70 million on some striker from wherever when you have Colombo. Give him the fucking space, opportunity to score those 10 goals for Milan. He scores 10 goals one season. Okay, next season he scores at 12. Then it's a 15. Then it's 7. And then eventually when he's 27, 28, he can be in the 20, 25 goals. Like, this guy, have you seen what kind of goals this guy scores? A player that scores goals like that, you think is a player that is not going to score goals for you? I mean, Colombo is scoring some super Euro goals from crazy kicks, volleys, extremely coordinated technical stuff. You need to be really technically good to do that shit. So I want to see Milan do that. Fuck, Lazetic, make Lazetic into a superstar. Do it, you know. Chaka Touré. Chaka Touré is a baller. A baller. That's who I want to see. I don't want to see Ziyech. I don't want to see Messi. I don't want to see Mbappe. I don't want to see any of these guys in Milan. Who I want to see is Chaka Touré. I want to see um, Colombo, Lazetic, Alesi, Camarda, Liberali, um, the Polish midfielder that just came in, the Venezuelan kid. Um, there's a lot of players, new players there that in Europe did actually really well. They did really well. Like that is the fucking smart. You do it like that, bruh, you become the legend of legends. You become the legend of legends. If you do it like that, you become the legends of legends. If you do it, hey shit, let's just put $1 billion into this thing and I don't know, whatever sticks to the wall sticks. Whatever, that's cheap. That's a cheap way of doing things, man. Um, I don't know. At the same time, maybe if I was in that position, I would be happy about it. I don't know. All right, let me go to chat. Let's see what you guys are saying over here. Ali is definitely not wing. That's where he okayed against PSV. Let's see. Hold on. I'd like to know what Pioli is doing potentially. Okay, I read that. I strongly disagree that a player in January is the solution. I don't see it. The solution is in Pioli's hand. Very interesting. Very interesting. Um, I definitely see your point because I also believe that these players, as long as they band together and they get serious. I mean, guys, we perform. Okay, no matter what, we perform, right? Like we won 2 games in Champions League 4-0, 4-0. I'm telling you, like there's a formation there. The formation that Pioli used in the Champions League, which consisted of just Tatarusano. Okay, let's put Mike Magnan there. Mike Magnan, Hernandez, Tomori, Kalulu, or Kjaer. One of those three, Tomori, Kalulu, Kjaer. Pick any three. It's good. And then on the right, actually, you can have Calabria or Kalulu. Pick any of those two. It's good. So that combination there is top notch. Midfield, Benacer Tonali. Attacking midfielder. Right now, in my opinion, the guy that Pioli used in the Champions League, where we won 4-0, Krunic, he is the guy that is ready. He is the player that is ready to be a starter right now. On the right, give Rebic his time because Rebic, I will insist on this, Rebic wants to be a protagonist. Rebic does not want to sit on the bench and watch Leao play. Rebic wants to be on the pitch. Put him on the right side. And Rebic, if you don't want to be on the right side because your pussy hurts, then get the fuck out of Milan, dude. Like, I cannot believe this guy's getting paid millions and millions of euros, and he's saying, I don't want to play on the right side because I don't like it. He gets in fights with his national team coach. He lost his fucking national team. He missed the World Cup because of stupid shit like that. Like, Rebic, yo, come on, my man. I get it. You're hot-headed, but, bruh, just play on the right. Everybody's going to love you. And shut the fuck up. And then Leao left, up top, Giroud. Like, that formation there was fucking gold. It was gold. That formation there is gold. That formation there is the best we have. And it's great. I'm really happy with that formation there. And then you can have players come in and rotate, etc., etc., etc. In that case, I agree. We don't really need to make many changes. But I think, this is what I think, that quality is very much needed. Quality is and when I say quality, I mean just players with an elevated technical ability. Players of elevated technical abilities usually help the team play better and be more efficient. and just play with more tranquility. It's easier to get from point A to point B. And an injection of that, which I thought was needed already in the summer, but maybe in January, just add one player like that. That can change a lot of things because a player like that can motivate the team to perform better. A player like that can help the team perform better. So I'm totally cool with the solution that if Milan get a player of quality, I'm happy about that. If they don't, then it's the mentality. They got to keep this mentality strong. Starting from Pioli. Ali is definitely not a left wing. That's where he okayed against PSV. In my opinion, use all Ali more to give CDK someone to compete with. CDK needs time, man. He's not ready. He shouldn't be played so much. Yeah, it looks like it. CDK, well, you have three players in that position. You have Diaz, CDK, and Ali. So, rotating three players for that position is not simple. One guy is going to be left out. Usually that's the way the cookie crumbles. So it is Ali. Should it be Ali or should it be CDK? I don't know. Pioli believes it's CDK. I don't know, guys. I don't know. You already know Ali is not a left wing. Why play him there? He played there in the summer, for Leao. To be fair, he did play left central midfielder, right? I believe he did play that. So you can play that position similar to that. Remember, in a 4-2-3-1, you're not necessarily a winger. In the 4-2-3-1, you're an attacking midfielder. You're an attacking midfielder that plays on either the right or the left. Now, you can be a winger, or you can be an attacking midfielder, or you can even just be an advanced midfielder. So when he plays, he's neither. He's not a winger. He's not an attacking midfielder. He's kind of like both. Yeah, guys. I don't know. Obviously, nobody knows here. So, Roy, what you're saying, the two players we had last season are the issue, not because we need them in the field, but in the locker room. I'm sorry, in my opinion, it's not the issue. I think it's both. It is 100% both. The locker room and on the field. Because the field is where these players bring out their personality even more. It is on the field where you are on in the moment and you have to perform, right? Romagnoli is not a slack. He's not a slack. He's there and he pushes his teammates and he gives his teammates confidence, and he does his part often on the field. Same thing we can see. But I'm not sad these guys left. I don't care that they left. It's just that right now the reality of the matter is that who replaced them is not that level just yet. That's all. Pioli didn't want to play Leao, so change my information, man. Or put Rebic there and play a false nine. I would have liked to see that. I would have liked to see Rebic play as the left wing and CDK as a false nine. I gotta say one thing that this, my opinion, I'm looking at CDK play. The more I see him play, the better I see him fitted for like a straight up midfielder. He seems to be because what he does is fairly simple, right? Attacking, you want your attacking midfielder to be, well, I mean, I guess Krunic can play in the attacking midfielder. It's just a matter of being efficient. He just needs to get efficient. He just needs to grow. That's it. It's just a matter of time. Nothing else. We made some mistakes in the transfer window, and now we didn't replace some players, and we have so many injuries, and we're young. We have so many issues, and we need to start resolving them one by one. Yeah, that's right. During the summer, I had an unpopular about my opinion. Roy, do you think Maldini's at fault now? Do I think Maldini's at fault now? No, I don't. Actually, I don't blame Maldini. I don't blame anybody in particular. It's just that the summer mercato happened during a period in which you have to admit it was very difficult because Maldini took his time to renew his contract. We didn't even know. I mean, remember Maldini had that interview on I believe it was Gazzetta dello Sport, where he revealed a lot of things that pissed Elliot off. Like that interview was a fucking rough interview. Yeah, he pissed off a bunch of people. He was pissed off. Like there was that summer, especially going into the market, was definitely difficult for Maldini. And his priority was renewing the contract. That period was the period in which he probably was wanted to get Sanchez, to get Botman, right? It was probably that period. That was the right period to get those players, to seal those deals, because that's who Maldini wanted. Maldini wanted Botman, right, and Sanchez. Now, guys, let's talk about that. Botman, is he a good replacement for Romagnoli? If you look at the Newcastle, the Premier League, you got to say yes, because Newcastle, I believe, is the best defense in the Premier League right now. So whatever Bodman is doing is correct. And was Sanchez a good replacement for Kessie? If on the pitch, yes, absolutely. On the locker room, probably. The only thing is Sanchez, his injuries. So maybe that was a blessing in disguise. That's what Juve are doing. I don't know why we aren't promoting these players. That's what Juve are doing right now, because they completely been fucking up for a long time. And yeah, it's what every team should be doing, man. Every team should be just, bro, like, man, you have these academies. Like, look, find the players. Like, you can find all of these players when they're 16, when they're 18, when they're 17. Guys, listen, guys, listen. Okay, I'm gonna be 100% honest. Okay, with you here. Uh, these children, like, you see it from day one if they are the real deal or not. Okay, you just see it from day one. Now you do have some kids that are average, and then they kind of like raise to the top, but that's like a small outlier. 99% of the kids that are training on the fields, that are playing, you see it. You see it right away that these are the next, like, these are the guys that are going to go far. These are the guys that can become professional footballers. Like, it's like, it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's just not rocket. It's the only issue is that teams, because of the business of football, they don't want to take the time. They don't want to take the time. They don't give a fuck. They It's just everything. Academies and developing youth for many teams in Italy is just a formality. It's just something they have to do because the laws require it. But if they didn't have to do it, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. They would just buy players. It probably costs them less maintenance, right? But because those are the laws, they do it. But the thing is, like, you can actually take advantage of the youth, of your youth. It's actually a good system. Like, it really gives you a factory. You have a factory in your own backyard where you can create all the best players. Bro, that's what it should be. That's the way it is. Like, you know who the players are, man. When you look at Chaka Toure, this guy's balling. He's incredible. Yeah, you know he's going to be a top player. Um, Players like Colombo, like, look at the goals Colombo scores. They're out of this world. Out of this world. Like, you know it. And like this kid Kamada coming up. Yeah, there's a reason why he's making headlines. Because he's scoring all these goals, and because he's very good. You know, it's the very good guys that eventually. It's like, it's so, I don't know. I really don't understand. I really don't understand it. Honestly, our blessings that Serie A is pretty weak. Only thing that may enable us to keep a top four spot, we simply cannot fail to make CL, as it would be a massive step back after we. No, I don't. I completely disagree with that. Serie A is definitely not weak at all. Not weak at all. Um, Juventus has some really good players in that team, and they can give you a problem. Napoli has a great team right now, and they're hungry. Napoli's a real deal. So we gotta stay up with them. Um, Inter has good players. They're not a weak team. Um, Roma has good players. Lazio has good players. Atalanta has good players. Udinese. They're good players across the whole Serie A that can give you trouble. Uh, No, 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 no. That's what you don't want to do. That's literally what you don't want. Don't think, uh, Serie A is easy, so whatever. We don't. We It's going to be a walk in the park. That's literally the reason why I'm happy today, because Pioli is like, okay, fuck that. Let's get to work now. When is Manyan back? Question 2, will we renew Leao and Benacer? And question 4, what are Redbird's real plans for our club? These questions are fundamental to our future. Okay, when is Manyan back? Mid January, or something like that, probably. Um, he is the most important piece of the puzzle, by the way, in my opinion. Will we renew Leao? In my opinion, yes. It looks like he's going. That's what makes sense for him. It looks like the most logical thing. It looks like the most logical thing to do for the club. I think we're really close to being in a spot where we can renew these players without too much hassle. We're still just below. We're just not below. We're in the ballpark actually, but we're still not so comfortable to make these operations happen right away. We're getting close. Just I think one more season of Champions League, and we're there. One more season of Champions League, revenues and ticket sales, etc., and then it's going to be much easier to renew these players. I think Benacer and Leao are both. This is literally the last time we're going to see this kind of stuff. I think from next year onwards, renewals are going to be much more easier. It's going to be much easier, I think. I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right. What are Redbird's real plans? Guys, we will find out Redbird's real plans in January. In my opinion, Redbird wants to. In my opinion, what they want to do is some kind of media thing, right? They want to work with the media, and I think media is a subscription-based operation. I wonder if it can make money through that. If it can get lots of Milan fans to subscribe to whatever media they create, that could be a really good form of revenue. Because I mean, Milan has so many fans around the world, so I think that is kind of a no-brainer. I really think that is a no-brainer, especially in the digital world today. I think Redbird is going to go in that direction, create some kind of media platform where you're going to have a subscription media based platform, and that is going to also bring money. That's going to bring sponsors. That's going to bring another stuff. That's because they spoke about this. They spoke about media and how important media is to put a team in front. And then I do think that they are going to respect the sporting duties of the club. I definitely do think so. You have to. You have to. You don't have a choice but not to. Shaka, the real deal. I can't wait. Yeah, he definitely is a real deal. Yeah. Golo Kante is going to be free in the summer if we can get him. Now, ooh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Yeah. I wonder what his situation is, but that is definitely very interesting. Chaka would be better than Messias and Salamakers, but somehow Pioli can't see it. Today, I don't know about that. I mean, maybe if you played him the whole year round, but when these kids are ready to play, they will play. You know, when these kids will be ready to play, they will definitely play. We should sell Messias and promote Shaka now. I think that would be a mistake to do that right now. Actually, man, Shaka's 18, guys. Like, I know I'm saying like, yo, I have to. Like in one hand, I'm saying we have to develop the players, but if ever time, like, you have to also balance that with the sporting aspect. I think Colombo is the readiest right now out of everybody. Is the one that is ready to come back. To come back, Colombo is ready to make that step. At 18, that's tough. That is really tough. The thing about 18 years old is that if they don't perform, like, I mean, look at Maldini, guys. Look at what people think about Maldini now, right? Like, people think Maldini's complete shit, and Maldini in the academy looked really good. He looked like Shaka Toure. He looked really good. I mean, Maldini even won a Scudetto with the U16 team, and he was, the leader of that team, the leader of the. So, like, you got to give these kids, you got to do it the right way. You can't rush anything. Facts, Messias Salamer is going to have problems for sure. Okay, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Happy New Year, Dom. What's up? What do you mean by ready, Roy? Chuck already made his debut, basically having the same mindset as everyone else at the club. I just explained it right now. If he is ready at 18, guys, you can't you're a baby in the locker room. At 18, you're a baby in the locker room, my man. Like, you're not telling 27-year-olds what to do, what to say. I'm sorry, my man. It just doesn't. It's not like that. At 18, you're being carried. You're being carried at 18. The mental aspect, the psychological aspect, the experience, it's just so important. So I think the reason why they haven't made that step is because he's just 18. But guys, I mean, give him one more year. Yeah, maybe next year at 19 he can join the team and slowly grow into the team. 19 is a good age for him. And then 20, maybe you want to send him 1 year out on loan, have him play in the Serie A, and then bring him back. 20, then when he's 20, 21, I think we'll have a top player. But get it to 18-year-old, tell Messia, get the fuck out of here. We're going to play this 18-year-old. He's going to take care of the right wing for us. I mean, that is not realistic, guys. That is not realistic. Unless he's like Messi, like, sure, if you have a Messi kind of guy, if you have a super phenomenal player, but still, 18 is way too young. Way too young. Roy, what is your feeling? Who's going to win Serie A? Obviously, you have to say Napoli are the favorites right now, but I think Milan can win the Serie A. I think Milan can win it, and I think Milan has the tools to win it. Milan has the tools this year to win it, but they have to be very, very, very in tune with the process. Very in tune with the process, and we have a Champions League thing too. I think, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think this is my opinion. I think this is the natural DNA of the club. The Champions League is going to be big, right? I feel like getting to the quarterfinals of the Champions League is almost more important. I think it is more important than winning the Serie A. I think, and then if you get to the semifinals, if you have to sacrifice a few Serie A points to play the quarterfinals and play the semifinals, I don't have an issue with that. I do not have an issue with that at all. At all. As long as we finish in the top four and we get far in the Champions League, that is the best thing that could happen. To us, realistically, of course, the best thing that can happen is winning the Champions League, winning the Serie A, winning the Coppa Italia, and winning the Supercoppa. That is all four competitions that Pioli said we're fighting for, and Maldini said we're fighting for. Realistically, the best thing that can happen is going far in the Champions League this year. I don't know if we have enough depth to cover for the Serie A. The thing is that, Origi and Rebic they got to step up their game. They got to bring in goals. They got to win us games. Unless those two players, the thing is, like, when you think of who is scoring goals for us, meaning who is winning games for us, it's just the three players right now, really. Theo Hernandez, and it's not like he contributes a shitload of goals. I mean, he's a left back. Of course, Leao. Then you have Giroud, and then you have Diaz that is coming in, kind of sneak in there. Get his numbers are getting better. Messias is on par to having his usual kind of numbers. The two players that are not performing right now, are not giving us any numbers whatsoever, are Origi and Rebic. So if this trend continues, you can say bye to the Scudetto. You can say no, zero chance you're winning the Scudetto. If these two players can start contributing in a positive way, then the Scudetto is definitely very possible. 100% possible. So I think they need to step it up. I'm not saying CDK. I'm not saying Adley. I'm not saying Ranks. I'm not saying Chow. I'm saying specifically Origi and Rebic. These two guys are 27, 28 years old. They are senators. They are the experienced ones. They are the ones that played World Cups, right? Rebic played in the World Cup final. Origi Champions League winner. It's their job is to do what they're being paid for. Um, Now, Origi definitely works his ass off for the team. I appreciate Origi as a footballer, guys. Don't get this twisted. Do not get this twisted. I do appreciate Origi as a footballer. I really like the work he does for the team. I like how he sacrifices himself for everybody. Origi is a top human, okay? Because he sacrifices himself for the team. Super smart guy, but the guy does not produce offensively enough. No. The thing is, like, uh, let's see, let's go to chat. Let's see. So yeah. So this is the issue, but I do think that it is good enough depth if everybody's healthy to do well in the Champions League. Because again, like if we start with that formation we did plus Mike Magnan against Tottenham, bruh, man, Milan is it's gonna be fucking tough to beat Milan. At the San Siro, forget about it. And Milan is going to give them a fight, and Milan can win. Milan can definitely win, 100%. I mean, of course you can lose, but yeah, no. Milan is not fucking around. Milan is not fucking around. There's no way there. I hope Milan come back on Wednesday and show us something we haven't seen in any friendly. But what we clearly know, thanks to Pioli, is that our bench is very low. Oh, I mean, I've been kind of saying that for a few months now. But yes, it's the bench is. It's not even. It's just young. Our bench is just young. Well, Napoli faced Frankfurt, Inter played Porto, Milan played Tottenham. Do you think all these outcomes are favorites from the match? Yeah, Napoli's favorite against Frankfurt, so pressure is on them. Inter play Porto. I think. I think this one depends on who you ask. I think in Italy we would say that Inter is favorites on Porto, but you can go around Europe and it's 50-50. People will tell you that Porto is the favorites. So I think that's a 50-50 game. And similar thing to Milan and Tottenham. I think Milan is the favorites here, but by maybe 1%. Like it's 51-49 Tottenham. I think that the one that is clearly above it's his opponent is Napoli right now against Frankfurt. But that doesn't necessarily bow down well. That's more pressure on Napoli. It's more pressure on Napoli. Come on, Roy. I'm dreaming of the second star. Hey, man, you got to dream. Of course, you got to dream. You got to dream. You got to dream. And I guess one thing that we have to see is Ibrahimovic. What is Ibrahimovic going to bring to this team? You know, it's a calculation that I haven't been able to make. I've not been able to make this calculation regarding Ibrahimovic because he hasn't been in the team. You see, that is a calculation that last year you were making. When you're looking at our roster last year, you're saying, okay, we got Giroud, we got Ibra, we got Leao, we got Rebic, we got Messias, Castillejo, Salamangers, Diaz, blah, 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 right? This year, I'm taking out, we haven't been thinking about Ibra and just Origi and Rebic, man. Come on, guys. Andiamo, ragazzi, andiamo. I don't think we have any chance in Serie A. Our performance has been abysmal in the league. We are dropping points randomly to opponents in any position. For some reason, we sink to the opponent. If we wake up and play with hunger, and we train with hunger, and we prepare the games with hunger, then in that case, we can change that trend. It is definitely a trend that Milan has had. against smaller teams, and it's something that has been going on. It's been going. It's been going on for a while. It's been going on for a while, but yeah, yeah. I think if we, I mean, I like what I saw today. I like what I saw today. Like the guys are like, okay, we're done fucking around. Let's go to train. Let's get everybody together and let's get serious. But let's see. What do you say here? If CDK start to show up, we will win the Serie A. Yeah, maybe. Yes, I will love. I honestly I cannot wait to say CDK. I cannot wait because when CDK is going to get to that level and he's going to start performing, you can rely on him, right? It's just like we have to be patient. It's it was the same thing. Literally every player, like if you really think about it, like there's not many players that any in the world that go into a team and perform right away. Like the reality of the matter, the reality of the matter is this: that in every given calcio mercato, in every given transfer market, there's about, let's just say a random number, 200 players. There are about 200 players that transfer teams. Maybe 20 of those players perform right away. That is the average. And all the other players need time to adapt, need time to settle. Uh, it's uh, it's very rare. Like I mean, let's look at Milan for example. I mean, which player has come to Milan and performed right away? Mike Magnan, Tomori. I mean, I can't even say about that about Ibra. Ibra had to settle in a little bit of time. Ibra had to convince Pioli that you know he was worthy of being played for the whole 90 minutes. He didn't like to be subbed out when he first joined, and he was having some issues with Pioli. Giroud came in, performed right away, but then that's it, right? That's it. Kalulu had to take time. Calabria time. Theo time. Kjaer took his time. Benacer, we all know. I mean, that's just the natural order of things. Kangu, happy belated Merry Christmas. Happy belated Merry Christmas. Um, yeah. As far as the goalkeeper goes, Milan mission to sign a new goalkeeper complicated. I don't know. Am I really that worried about Tatarusano? I don't think it's something that Milan should panic about. Like you shouldn't be panicking for anything. I don't think Milan. I don't think Milan should be panicking. I think Milan should just fucking get to work. Like I just I'm just tired of this celebratory mood that the team has been in for such a long time. I mean, every single interview, Maldini winning awards. Maldini's been collecting awards all year. You know, it's like, yo, everybody needs to focus on the task at hand because otherwise it slips away. Like I like to be on point. I like to be with it. Milan is just a step behind right now, but they'll catch up. I'm sure they will. What is this? Okay, let's see this. Since we were talking about youngsters earlier, let's see this. A report by Stadium Chakator is certainly the strongest player in Milan's Primavera team. Stefano Pioli is following his development with great attention, so much that there is great anticipation for his first call-up. Another name to follow carefully is that of Hugo Cuenca. That's right, Paraguayan, not Venezuelan. Midfielder born in 2005, who has shown great dribbling and excellent vision so far. Even if he has had some muscle issues, watch out for that. The 2004 born left back Botsulan um, has improved a lot. He has mentality that can take him to the first team, and then Bukane on the other side. The defense has had some senior playing time already in friendlies. Yeah, Bukane looked pretty good actually. I liked what I saw. Um, I like what I saw. Victor Leto is another one to watch, fresh from his professional contract and called up to Nigeria U20 team. All right, that's good. Then there's the center back Andre Kubis. Right, Kubis looks like a promising player who has already spent time with the first team. Gabriele Alesi, like this player a lot. And El Hilali. I haven't seen much of El Hilali, but I'm hearing a lot of good things about him as well. Filippo Scotti is a diamond in which Milan strongly believes for the future, having already become a star of Italy's U16 side, with whom he scored a brace against Hungary. He will soon be integrated into the Primaveras. Okay, like I had no clue who this kid was, but good. Yes, this is it. This is the future right here. Mattia Liberali was only born in 2007, but he has a bright future ahead of him as a winger, having scored 3 goals in 4 games at the Toulon tournament. Nice. Toulon tournament. I used to always watch the Toulon tournament. That's a national team tournament. Yeah. Having scored 3 goals in 4 games, 2 of which were excellent against England and the United States, with the number 10 shirt on his back. Who could be the next Donnarumma? The current feeling is that Alessandro Longoni, a goalkeeper born in 2008, is another name that the club are strongly betting on for the future. I'm not too familiar with him. Then there is the creme de la creme, the cherry on top, Francesco Camarda, who has more than 400 goals in his career with various youth sectors at Milan and scored 2 goals on debut for Primavera in a friendly against Solbietese. He lives for goals and has an incredible mentality despite being 14, and he will be nurtured. He is the youngest one, so we gotta wait. But this is what excites me. This is what I want to see. I don't want to hear 70 million for this guy, 100 million for that guy, 70 blah blah blah. This is what I want to see. Bruh, build them. If you build these players from you develop these players, it's so much more satisfying, guys. I mean, fuck. It's like you're doing what a proper club should be doing. Like that. That is so legendary if Milan can accomplish this. And I gotta say, I'm very happy that Maldini, Massara, and everybody else has taken this approach, because it was really sad during the Galliani era to see the Primavera just being Galliani Berlusconi era, to see the Primavera just being neglected, and there was like under Berlusconi and Galliani, the idea of having youngsters come in and develop them step by step the proper way was not the rule of the day. The rule of the day was, you got to get the best players, ready players, no fucking around. It was different. But today things are different. So today we have to be patient and we have to wait until for this roll up to start. So that is the key thing: patience. We just gotta wait. We gotta wait for these players to come in and then integrate themselves with the players that is already in the core, plus the extra players that are going to be coming in each summer. So honestly, the truth is that if you really look at Milan's future, it's fucking bright. It's really bright. Because everything is being done in the correct manner. Um, so you know, it's just this season that stupid changeover of the changeover kind of screwed us up. That's all it was. when CDK first joined us, when CDK first joined us, we made some really exciting moves. Gradually, he's degraded. Now he's looking scared. I wonder why. Bro, I mean, the big mistake with CDK was, first of all, the stupid media that exists, saying that this guy is the new Kaká, this guy's this, and this guy's that. Like the media really should shut. Like the media should not be saying this shit at all. Um, so that was the first mistake. because of course the media, they're not thinking about CDK. They're thinking about protecting themselves. You think journalists that said CDK was going to be the new Kaká are concerned for CDK's future? No, they're concerned with their future. So instead, what are they going to do? They're going to shit on him. They're going to blame it on him, and to cover themselves. So it becomes this vicious cycle of the media narrative, which takes over the populist narrative, and all of a sudden CDK has to wake up in the morning reading the newspapers. The same journalists that said he was going to be Kaká are saying that he's useless. So that's the real issue. That's a real issue. CDK should have come to Milan. He should have been treated normally, with not this exaggerated hype, and he should have been integrated into the team step by step. That's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. Good morning and Happy New Year from Malaysia. What's up? What's up, my man? Happy New Year. I bet it's 2003. Antonio says Milan is finished. No, I don't think so. No way. We build these players and then let them go for free. Well, hold on. Have we done that though? Yet? I know we have let go of certain players, Brescianini, I believe, Roback. There are some players that we have let go. Actually, I don't know for sure. I think Brescianini is done. I mean, yeah, but listen, man, the Çalhanoğlu, Donnarumma, yeah, we did actually develop Donnarumma and let him go for free. That was, in my opinion, that was a big mistake. Lariat definitely did not agree. He went on a crazy tirade. So yeah, there's truth in that. But I don't know. I don't think this is the future of the club. No, we will lose our best players. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Maldini, has this there was this image that came out during the PSV game. We haven't spoken about the PSV. We'll talk about the PSV game a little bit. Maldini was talking about this PSV. There was this image of Maldini during PS game with this face, man, just pissed off, shaking his head. Good, guys. This is the best news. This is the best news we could have had all year. I'm happy that 2023 is finishing in the best way possible. Like, I could not be any happier. Like, yes, they're angry. They're angry. Angry makes you hungry, and no more celebrating. We're done. It's finished. The 2022 season officially finishes today. The date on that trophy says 21-22. It is not 22 anymore. It is 23. Now we are hungry for the next trophy. I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved to seeing the first thing on the Gazzetta dello Sport. Pioli has had enough. No more. The players are coming in early. Giroud, Hernandez, all these guys are coming in early. No more holidays. We're working. Now we're working. We have to get back together. We have to band together. There's no more joking around. We lose this game against Salernitana, guys. I'm telling you right now, if we lose the game against Salernitana, it could potentially be game over. Game over for the Scudetto race. If we lose it. It could potentially be. We could lose the game, and then Napoli loses, and then this other team loses, and all of a sudden, everything goes our way. But if we lose, and let's say Napoli win, and let's say Juventus win, for it is difficult. Now we're talking about 11 points behind. If we lose to Salernitana and Napoli win, we will be 11 points behind. No. We only have one choice here. It's not anymore. Guys, let's see what happens with my win. No, it is really not that anymore. Today, the only result that matters is winning. And these guys should be happy. These guys should be happy about it because that is when football is fun. when you play just to win. Oh my God, that is when football is fun. When you play to win and you play to really challenge yourself. Now the team has to challenge themselves. So now the team can start having some real fun, and they should start having fun with this and just go there to win these games. Watch out for Salernitana. Salernitana can give you problems, but we can't be here. No more charity. No more charity to these small teams. We've given enough charity to these small teams. Helped these teams get a few points here, get a few points there. Now we go and take it. The game against Salernitana is a must win. No more holiday. No more pina coladas and Ibiza and Dubai and beaches and yachts and selfies with the 2022 Scudetto. Done, finished, finito. No more, no more. You guys will be remembered as legends for doing that. You guys will be remembered for greats as one of the best teams, AC Milan versions that I've ever seen. The one that gave me the most emotions for sure. The 21-22 AC Milan team is the one that gave me the most emotions out of any AC Milan team I've ever watched. So mad respect for that. Coming back after 10 years of just pure nonsense, terrible management, terrible, and now with Maldini, finally Maldini is in charge. The right person is in charge. Uh, he got great players and a great team. The mentality. Bro, I could not be any happier. 2022 was a great year for AC Milan. Winning the Scudetto after 11 years was absolutely epic. So 100%, But now it's 2023. Nobody owns 2023. Nobody claims 2023. 2023 is open. 2023 is open. So now it's time to get back to work. Angry and hungry. Angry and hungry. So I'm happy. I'm happy that Pioli has realized this, and I'm happy that Maldini is pissed off looking at the team play. And this is what it has to be. So shit, it couldn't be any better than this. What's up, SSB? How you doing? Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Let's talk a little bit about this game against PSV. Let me see if it was on SofaScore. Yes, it is on SofaScore. Very good. Okay, here we go. Oh, we didn't know ratings. No ratings. This is wrong. Charles de Keller definitely played in the attacking midfield position here. Ante Rebic, what a poor performance from Ante Rebic. Serginho Dest on the left. I didn't see. I saw snippets of the game. Um, Obviously, the standout player was this kid here, Noni Madueke. This guy is really good. Noni Madueke. Did Joan Bakayoko play? Oh, Joan Bakayoko did not play. He wasn't even in the team. What's going on with Joan Bakayoko? Man, if we bring Joan Bakayoko to Milan, damn. Holy shit. What's going on with him? So far, he has played 7, started 5, 61 minutes per game, 2 goals, and 0 assists. Is he injured or something? Mm, 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 mm. John is 19 years old. Prefers to play with his left foot. He becomes 20 in April. Erste Divise. He had a very good season here. 17 goals, 10 assists, 32 games. He was 18 when he did that. 4 games, 2 goals. In the second division, he's it's too easy for him. I watched the whole game, and for any fans who didn't get to watch it, you were lucky. That was kind of pointless game. When Milan was schooled yesterday, Destin and Tonali got ripped. Um, I mean, look, I saw the first, 20, 30 minutes. It was obvious that Milan. I mean, look, if you really ask me, and I know this answer is not going to satisfy anybody, but I look at it from maybe a different perspective. Other people, maybe. But when your center forward is not connecting with any of the players, it's impossible. Like, there's nothing you can do. Your team is going to look like crap. Your team is going to lose confidence. Every single ball that fell on Rebic's foot just was squandered. If the timing is off with your center forward, if your center forward is not allowing the attacking third to progress, what can you do? You can't do anything unless you have, you know, superstars that can penetrate. I mean, we had Salamaker. Salamaker is really not known for that. CDK still has to show he can do it, and Ali is Ali. Ali's still a youngster. And also, it's not really his position to do that, Ali. But Rebic, on the other hand, should not be performing like this. Rebic should not be performing at this level. Like, every single ball that fell on his feet, every one touch, every layoff, every play was bad. Literally every one. Let me see if there's any. Let me see what his stats were actually. If they even counted them. Did they count them? No. He's 29, guys. He's 29. Yo, like, step it up, my man. Step it up. So far, total played, 4 started, 43 minutes per game, 3 goals. It's not bad, 3 goals, but 2 assists. It's not terrible. But he should be doing way more. Way more. Way, 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 way more. Uh, Definitely out of that. Let me see if I can get the highlights for this. Rebic showed why he wasn't called up to the World Cup despite Croatia's offensive limits. He's fought, yeah, he really has. Like, he's super fallen off, fall from grace. Um, I mean, you can defend these players, but like, at a certain point, you have to be, yo, brah, like, you gotta perform on a different level here. Rebic. They need to be angry. They need to be angry. They cannot be relaxed. Like, this is not the year to relax. It's not. So I'm glad that they're kind of pissed off because of these results. Hold on. Rebic maybe has 1 out of 7 good games. That's poor. Yeah, not enough. Not enough. I gotta say, look, I'm when Rebic, when Rebic, when Rebic played in the Champions League, even though he had a poor game, it was effective. That formation made sense. That formation worked. Rebic on the right, Krunic as your attacking midfielder, Leao on the left, Giroud up top, midfield Benacer Leao. That's top notch. That's top. That's top. Of course, it can be better, much better, etc., etc., etc. But yeah. Okay, Rebic didn't what's his name dislocate his shoulder. Balotelli dislocated his shoulder. Yes. Tonight? No. You're in LA right now. I'm busy tonight, bro. I already have plans for tonight. Let me see. Let's see what this is all about. Balotelli. This kid crying. By the way, I'm trying to start him today. He's trolling. When did these guys start their season? Let me see. Let me see if they're playing 16. Oh yeah. They're like us, friendly. Very in the friendly. They're doing friendlies. He looked really good when he came on, then got shoulder charge and had to come off with what looked like a dislocation. Well, that sucks. That is suck. All right, we're gonna check these highlights. Do people play these kind of games? Pelé, rest in peace, Pelé. This guy had a crazy moment. Kalulu, what is Kalulu? There you go. Fucked up. Fouled him too. Oh shit! Look at Kalulu. He's like, damn. Terrible touch. Mirante was pretty okay with his feet, actually. Hold on, let me charge this a little bit. This was a goal. The marking, really poor marking from everybody. Really poor marking from everybody. Here, Calabria just like there's 3 players on this guy, right? Calabria should have already been here. I don't know what happened prior to this. That's the first mistake. A lot of space. Here, this guy's the one that's going to get the ball. Dest. That should be looking. It's Tonali's guy. And now here it becomes. Well, these two got. There's no reason for 2 players to be a 1 here. Actually, no, it wasn't. Like, why are they both chasing this guy here? Okay, so yeah, he has to chase him. He's on him. He probably should have. Interesting how this developed. He was on the offensive line. Maybe this. I think this is Tomori here. Should have left this guy to Kalulu, but it was already. It was too late. There was no choice. Yeah. Yeah, the timing was off. The marking was off. Everything was off. Good header. Tonali should have been on that guy. Dash should have been on that guy. This was a sequence of it's bad marking, bad usage of space. This guy is very good, Madueke. Nice shot. Goalkeeper should never be caught on the first post. First post should always be covered. But in all fairness, this is a very good, strong shot. Usually, when you kick the ball close to the post, it's tough. A good movement. Number 10. Ali there, really soft Ali. Great goal. Great goal. Poor defending, poor goalkeeping, great goal. This is CDK. I mean, look at how long it took him to control that ball. This guy's slipping like what the fuck? Like I mean, this is Milan right now. Like quality. When I talk about quality, I'm talking about first touch, second touch, the way you turn your body, bro. Like I'm talking about like high level shit. You look at this play. How long does it should take you? One, you should already be going there. Takes him 2-3 touches to settle. Corrects himself. Good job here for. The movement was nice from Rebic. You gotta say, because right now he peels off to create the space in the middle. That's a good movement. Like this play is pretty good, but then the motherfucker slips like slipping on banana peels. Like, come on, man. What are you gonna do if that's how you're attacking? Your center forward works. Let's see what happens now. Let's go back to here. Good pace from Salamakers. Really good pace. Is that Salamakers? Good play from Salamakers. I mean, here Rebic passes the ball to the goalkeeper. Really good. Well, CDK with a good save there. Well, this was a nice play from Salamakers. It was a good play from Rebic too. Rebic opened it up for Salamakers. It was a good extensive 1-2. But here you have this player coming in, and if you take a shot, take a real shot, man. Like, come on, you have no. Milan almost scored an own goal. Yeah. Oh my God! Again, what the hell is Tomori doing? Look at him. Yeah, Tonali chasing shadows. Dest getting caught. Tomori. Good goal. But no, but these are avoidable goals. I mean, they're avoidable if you mark correctly. Obviously, these guys are in a good moment psychologically and physically and technically. We're not. We need to wake up. When the going gets tough, I'm sure they will wake up. Nice play here. Like, that's a good play. Like, this is good football, Like, this is good football. Is this Adli? Like, look, this is good football. That one touch in that space, and that is Salamakers. That is good football. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. That's really good football. Just, I guess that's Lazetic. But Ali has good touches, and he can provide quality. Ooh, a lot of space here. Damn, too much space left. The midfielders are struggling to cover. Maybe Pioli has to start thinking of a three-man midfield. Oh, this was Balotelli. Ooh, nice shot. Wicked shot. I think that's Ranks. Looks like Ranks. Whatever. It is what it is. Roy, check. Roy, what? Check what? Go. Hold on. Bro, why are you calling me, dude? I'm on a fucking live. Why the fuck are you calling me? Hold on. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm glad. I'm glad that the team is like, okay, let's get to work now. Let's get serious. It's very important. Very important. So there was a new player that apparently did really well in the Toulon tournament. Youngster Mattia Liberali from the U15. Let's check this kid. Let's see what he's all about. Ole, 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 ole. What's up, Antonio? How you doing, man?
Hey, Happy New Year. How are you?
Happy New Year to you too. Are you really in LA?
Yeah.
Where are you?
I was actually near Burbank yesterday.
Oh yeah?
I'm
Where?
like in the Hollywood area.
Are you with the family?
Yeah.
Nice. How
Good
long are you gonna be
vacation.
in LA for?
Like one more, like not a full week, like 4 days.
Oh, nice. Where in Hollywood are you? Like,
Um, so I'm kind of bad at directions, but I'm not too far from Hollywood Boulevard. I think I'm like just a bit north.
cool, cool, cool. How's everything, man?
Good. Good semester.
Oh yeah, you're done.
Yeah, I finished the first semester.
Oh man, did you party or did you waste it on? Did you waste your education on booze and drugs and all that good stuff?
No, no, definitely not.
Ah, okay, 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 good, good. So what did you learn?
Well, I took a lot of different intro classes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
intro on how to manage your crazy cousins.
I don't have crazy cousins. My cousins are too little to have YouTube and whatever.
Yeah. So how was your first semester? How did you like it? Tell me about it.
It was good. It was pretty hard, but I kind of like did well. Met some people. I'm still deciding what I want to major in, so I'm still trying to like make that decision. But
How long do you have?
so pretty much till the end of like next year, so I have a lot of time. But I want to kind of start taking classes in the area so I can like get some credit for the major already. So I'm like trying to
What are
explore.
you What are you thinking?
They're kind of two different routes. So one of them is like physics, like astrophysics, maybe. So like math, and I do like studying space, but I also like um business or law. So I may go like into that field as well. I'm still deciding.
Damn. So if you study astrophysics, what kind of jobs do you get? Like aeronautical jobs, like in that
So
sector?
yeah, it's either gonna be teaching because I'm pretty sure I have to get a PhD. So I could be a professor, but I could also go and work for like NASA or some sort of like research position at like some university. Um, do something like that. Kind of have like a specialized job.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds like an interesting job.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's kind of weird, but I enjoy learning about that stuff, and like it's been really interesting to kind of see that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you study law, then you can become a politician, and you can bring
And
your
I can,
crazy.
yeah, I can destroy Argentina
Yeah,
like Elliot did.
yeah. And you can bring your crazy cousins with you to destroy countries.
Who was that on the stream the other day?
Who was it? I don't know. You tell me. Who was that?
I don't know. I was watching the stream and I kept hearing you guys talk about Kim Kardashian, and I was like, "What is going on?"
That was your crazy cousin.
I don't have a crazy cousin.
Yeah, that was definitely one of your crazy cousins. Let me ask you something. What's happening with your boy Andrew Tate?
I don't like Andrew Tate.
Tell me what's happened. What's going on?
I think his brother is clear, but he's still getting questioned by like the police.
His brother's clear from what?
I think it's either human trafficking or some sort of like. I think it's something else. I'm not sure. But I don't know. But he's being questioned by the police in Romania.
How do you know his brother's clear? Like, did he?
Well, that's what I saw in the news. I mean, I don't know. Could be lies. But
I mean,
like his brother. Yeah.
The brother is out of jail right now, or something.
That's what
or
they said.
Sorry, not out of jail, out of custody.
Yes, that's what they said.
Oh wow!
I don't really like them, like to be honest. But
don't lie.
No, some of the stuff they say is good, but morally, I disagree with them on a lot of things.
I know you consume the agitate content.
I mean, I watch. Sometimes they're just funny for memes, but like,
you even know his theme song.
well, everyone knows his theme song, the Top G.
Happy New Year, Lucas. So I guess it is New Year for Lucas.
No, is he here? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, he's here. Let him in, Roy. Let him in.
Once it come in, you can come in.
Gosh. Those were the funniest streams ever, the debate streams. I still no, for me the two funniest streams were the one where it was Red John, you, me, Rohit, and we were talking about like the financial fair play and like how it's broken and how it needs to be fixed. And so that one was crazy, but also the one with like about talking about Inter where it was Lucas, Rohit, and us. That was crazy. Inter's finances.
Yeah, I remember that.
And when my dad met Lucas, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Antonio, don't fall for the Matrix, Antonio.
What's that?
Take Tate's advice. So Lucas has become immersed in the Tate.
Lucas dropped out of school so he can pursue affiliate marketing and stocks online. And he can try to become the next Andrew Tate.
XRP. Happy New Year from the UK. It is 2023 in the UK, apparently. Apparently it is.
In Italy it is. I know that.
Yeah. It is. So what else is going on? Aside from,
I'm just taking a break. I've been writing some articles for my school newspaper.
Are you becoming a journalist? Dude, don't do that, dude.
No, I'm just doing it out of like just a passion for like sports that I like to write.
Oh, okay, sports journalism is different. That's different.
I've been writing about my school soccer team,
and
also other sports as well.
Sports journalism is actually okay, even though it lacks integrity in some aspects, but it's just there's no malicious intent within sports journalism.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be competition, you know.
Yeah, like bias opinions and clickbait. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but like it's kind of like, you know, working in that industry, you're going to have a lot of competitions, you know, competition between, you know, to cover stories, things like that. It happens a little bit for my newspaper, but not too much because most of the guys are pretty chill. So
yeah. How is your soccer team? Your soccer team? How is it?
I mean, so so it's in the Ivy League conference, right? So like,
okay,
it's an Ivy League school. For most sports, that means that it's not really as competitive as like the big name schools. I feel like for soccer, the Ivy League is pretty good, like compared to like the really big sports schools. It's not like as good as some of those great teams, but it is like competitive with them. So this year Penn, which is my school, they won the Ivy League conference. They won a trophy like with their own like division, and then they qualified for the national tournament because they have the tournament with all the colleges, and they played really well, but they were eliminated like in the second round by the team that ended up winning the whole thing. But
Oh shit!
they took that team to like overtime, like second half of overtime, and then they conceded a stupid goal, but it was super close. So
Now,
it was
are you going to the games? Are you watching them?
yeah, and I
You
wrote about that.
are you like in the curva? Are you an ultra?
Sometimes if they play at home, I go, but if they don't, I just watch it online and then just like cover it.
Oh, you watch it online. Oh
If
yeah,
they if they travel, yeah.
yeah. What formation do they play?
Kind of depends. Usually they play a back four. And they play with like they play with like a false nine. It's kind of like a kind of like a 4-4-2. They have like a
Oh really?
false nine. But their false nine, he just got drafted to the MLS. It's pretty good.
No way.
But yeah, we had 2 players that got into the MLS this year.
No way.
Yeah, there's like an MLS draft. Yeah, I just wrote an article
Wow.
about that. I literally just wrote. It got published yesterday.
Antonio attends Tate University. Yeah, Lucas attends Tate University. Antonio. It's all like the kids that are between the age of 22 and 16.
Lucas lost all his money on crypto.
Yeah, it's crazy what's happening with Andrew Tate.
How is he so popular?
Did you see Hans? He went totally bonkers, man.
What happened?
I don't know if Hans is listening or he hears this. You can come back to the chat. Come back to the
Wait,
chat.
did he get mad?
Oh yeah, he left. He left the chat.
Why were they trolling him about CDK?
No, he really hates Andrew Tate. He really hates Andrew Tate.
Oh, you guys were talking about Andrew Tate on the stream?
No, in the chat, in the RossonARI TV WhatsApp chat.
Oh, okay.
He got, he was.
Is Hans just like a woke liberal or like? Like
I don't know, dude.
he probably is. He probably is.
It looks like it. He got really pissed off. He took a break, I guess, but I think he's gonna come back.
I'll just play the theme song when he comes back.
Yeah.
Man. Roy, do you like Tate?
He's entertaining. If I want to, I watched his interview he had with that.
Piers Morgan.
No, not with Piers Morgan. With this girl. It was like a date.
Oh yeah, that one. Okay.
Yeah, it was just like that was really funny, really entertaining interaction. He just says crazy. He likes to say things that trigger people,
Yeah, of course.
and
He doesn't even like. The thing is, then he'll like when people ask him about it and they call him out for it, he's just like, "But I didn't mean that. I meant this." Like, why didn't you say it like that? You know, he does it on purpose just to like.
Yeah. He the reaction, and it's funny, man. Like I gotta say that
That's
video
how he makes money.
Yeah, that video had like 14 million views. All the other interviews in that YouTube channel have like 400K, 500K. It's a pretty good, popular YouTube channel. It's a good show with that girl Cheyenne. She's pretty, very pretty, and they just talk, like have a date. And the date is fucking. It was funny, man. It was like It's like okay, like I'm laughing. It's a good laugh.
Come to Milan and motivate the players because we need it right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm so concerned.
Why are you concerned?
Because we are playing terrible. Like I don't know. We can't. I know we're missing Giroud and Theo Hernandez and Magnan, but we can't make an excuse for our mentality.
Happy New Year, Zen. Well, did you see what happened today? Pioli is like,
day off. Yeah.
Yeah, no day off. We're training. We're all going to have lunch together. We're going to be together. Giroud, Theo, everybody came back. No more holidays. No more lightness, shit is getting
Yeah,
real.
I think Leao is gonna go
Why?
because I heard that City have tabled like 100, like what is it, 120 million offer for him plus their a 12 million year contract because they want to get rid of Grealish and they want to have a front three of like Grealish, Leao, Holland, maybe Mahrez, whoever else plays there, Foden.
Look, honestly, it makes sense. It really does make sense. I don't know how true this rumor
Well,
is.
I'm
Whether
pretty
it's
sure I
really,
read that like in a few places.
yeah. No, I've read it too. Um, I it makes sense to me. Like when I see Man City play, that's the first thing that if I was in charge of that team, what I would do, I would try to get a really good left winger because that's what they're missing. Um, so it kind of makes sense that they would try and do that. But I don't. I think that it's for Leao's career, it's best for him to stay at Milan
I agree.
and continue what he's doing.
I think I said this before, but my opinion is that Leao, I don't know how he would adjust. I don't think he'd be quick to adjust to a different environment with a different type of coach. I think Pioli is very nice with him and is kind of like a fatherish figure in the team, and it's like
Yeah.
he needs that support, and I think that he needs some time to adjust. But then again, with the Portuguese team, when he did come into play, he did score some nice goals, so that probably boosted his attention. But I did notice with him that he was kind of walking and he looked a little bit lazy with Portugal sometimes. And I kind of feel like he just loses motivation quickly when he's not with that environment that he likes. So that's why I think that it could be difficult for him to go to like the Premier League where he gets judged very quickly by the media and gets destroyed right away after like his first game. So, I could see that being a problem, but then again he could because he's a great player. He could just do well. We don't know, but that's just kind of why I think staying at Milan is good. But the problem is, realistically speaking, how is that? How is this going to happen? Like I was just seeing this the other day. This is why I'm also pessimistic about just the current state of football. I mean, I don't know if you saw the Enzo Fernandez news, but basically Benfica were like, we're not going to sell him right now. We just bought him this summer. They've turned down like 100 million bid from Liverpool, and now yesterday Chelsea's like, all right, we're gonna bid 130 million now, and it's like you can't even like they just pull money out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and it's like now Benfica are like, I actually gonna probably sell him in January because these clubs just they make it irresistible, and
Right.
how are we supposed to compete with that?
We
So all
don't.
of our best players are probably gonna end up moving on. So
I don't know about that.
maybe
I
Tonali will stay because he likes
I don't
Milan.
I don't think it's going to be like that. Maybe you're right. Maybe our players are going to move on, but I think that essentially, once this team can achieve a certain status where they're competing for the final of the Champions League, and I don't think that's far away. I think that's really close. Like, why would they leave? Like, they get everything they have here. You know, I mean,
Money.
money. Yeah. So some players are going to definitely prioritize that. We saw that with Donnarumma. Donnarumma prioritized money. Fernandez didn't. I think Benacer wants to continue in Milan. It looks like it. I mean, Benacer is like, hey, yo, you stay in Milan, give this other contract. The keys are yours. Like you are going to be playing. This is going to be your midfield. Same thing with Leao. You signed this contract, man. Now we're building this team around you. Like you are the main guy. This is going to be the Leao show. Milan is the only team that can offer that to both of these players. So, like, if these players are going to have that and be able to compete at the highest levels, it's a good return. If they want to think about money, then they think about money. Whatever.
Mhm.
So, therefore, today I'm quite positive about both of them renewing. Yeah.
I can never be positive after all that happened in the club, like with all this crap, with like our transfer market failures and all these missed opportunities, like Enzo Fernandez, who cost 10 million, Julian Alvarez, all these players. I mean, I just feel like it's not Moncada's fault. I don't really think it's the management's fault because they can only do what they possibly can, but it's the ownership, in my opinion. And I was optimistic about Redbird, but I'm not seeing any positive signs because if we're still struggling to renew these players, I mean, I don't know what's going on. I think the ownership is scaring me because we should be able to do simple business, get our players renewed. Um, that's just not happening, and we're missing. Also, we're not willing to spend a little bit more money than we are just trying to secure really promising players for like I think 15 million euros, like what Enzo Fernandez cost, and he was ready to come to Milan. By the way, I think he probably would have preferred Milan than Benfica.
He said yes to Milan apparently.
Yeah, I mean, for 15 million euros, you're gonna secure a player like that. I mean, how do you not splash the cash? Like, how do you not? The Moncada said this guy's a great player. Go and spend a little bit more money, but it's worth the investment. He's a young player, but we don't pull the money out of anywhere, which is frustrating. So I don't know if Redbird will ever do that. Do you know when the January transfer window officially opens? Like, is it open yet or no?
Today in Italy, right now it's open.
Okay, if it opens today, then
Isn't it?
I would assume so, but I'm not sure. But when will we do anything this January? We need reinforcements.
Um, yeah. Well, you think that some other people are ready to die on the hill, saying that we don't.
Really? Who?
Some people in this community.
They're like, we don't need transfers. Are you crazy?
That's what some people strongly believe.
Let me guess, liar.
Yeah.
He's
Did you
still.
Did you see the last live when I just
No.
completely
What
lost
happened?
his mind? Like he pissed me off so much. Oh my god.
What was he saying?
Just talking about old summer transfer. Basically, the way Çalhanoğlu, Donnarumma, and Kessie were handled. He has his own opinion about that.
Yeah, he's happy, right? About.
Man,
I wonder what he's gonna
lost
say when
his
Leao
shit,
leaves.
dude. He lost his shit.
Watch, Leao's gonna leave on a free because we don't have the balls to sell him and we don't have the money to keep him. So this is gonna happen.
Yeah,
On the one hand,
I don't know.
okay, I would never say what Lucas said about Maldini, but if it is the management that is just trying to keep these players out of like desperation that they're going to resign, then I agree with Lucas that needs to we need to just man up and sell these players. Like if they're not renewing, get rid of them, make the money. You know.
Yes, but I think you have to do it also in the right moment. Like for example, I don't think January is the right moment unless they already have the replacements. Unless everything is already done. Like if they already know that Leao is leaving in January, but they already have all the replacements in order and they have everything already done. Okay, you're taking a big risk. You're taking a big risk because you don't know how long it's going to take for these players to amalgamate when you lose big players like Leao and Benacer. Me personally, I would say screw that. I'm not doing that this January. You can give me 200 million. These players are not leaving, but they are definitely leaving in the summer.
The
Right?
only thing with that is if you want to get rid of Leao, like what type of replacement could you possibly
They are none.
expect?
They
Huh?
are none. They are none.
Right. So if you can get 200 million for Leao in January, but it drops to like 100 million in the summer. I'm exaggerating, but you get what I'm saying. In the summer, like I would honestly I would just do it in January, see if you can bring anyone in, and then reset, and just make it through the year. Because honestly, at this point, I would just kind of accept it because with losing Leao is going to be a big sacrifice anyways. So just get to the summer and then use that money and try to.
Look, I wouldn't do it that way, and I'll tell you why. Is because we got to win a Champions League game. We got to win. We got to win against Tottenham. We got to make sure we stay in the top four. We got to try and win the second star. Leao is in the team right now. Look, yeah, they did it again. They made the same mistake again. Yeah, it's not as bad because now we do have 1 year cushion. Last time we did it. Last time we just waited till the end, and there was no more cushions. But we're in the same similar situation. Okay, we sell these players, but we gotta win. You know, so it's if this was an approach, it should have been done this summer. Uh, you sell him for 200 million now, but you risk your entire season if you don't have replacements. One
Yeah.
thing though, I want to say that I think might happen. I don't know what you think. Is that in the summer, if Leao doesn't renew? By the way, I do think Milan. I do think he's renewing. But if he doesn't renew, there's going to be a bidding war between Chelsea, between Man City. Maybe PSG is going to get in there. Barcelona. Who knows?
I think if Mbappe leaves PSG, then definitely.
Yeah, yeah. So you have that. Even if Messi leaves, they might consider Leao to bring in and change things up a little bit. So, yeah, I wouldn't do anything drastic this January, man. We got to beat Salernitana first, you
Yeah, we should have brought Ronaldo in.
know. Ronaldo,
I swear,
your
hey
boy.
Roy, when we play against what's it called, Salernitana, I bet you Ochoa is gonna turn into his like prime form, and it's
Who's
just gonna
Ochoa?
start. The goalkeeper, the Mexican goalkeeper that just went to Salernitana.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh shit! It's gonna be his first game. Oh my god, he's gonna be so. He loves to show off, Ochoa.
Yeah,
He loves to show off, so he's gonna be super motivated.
I know it's so annoying.
And he's not like a youngster that is gonna be scared. Like he's done it, seen it all. He's gonna, he's going to
Salernitana is
Ochoa
gonna be tough. Are we playing home or away?
away.
Oh, that's gonna be such a terrible game. It's gonna be. I can already feel it.
Early game too. It's gonna be in the
Pain in the ass.
3 a.m. here.
So Roy, you're not gonna party tonight?
Yes. Oh, I'm not partying, but I'm going to be with some friends.
Damn, can I come?
Yeah. You don't want to go there. Then.
Why? I'm old enough.
It's not like it's not for you, dude.
The
It's
hell?
like
What are you doing? Some dark shit? Like what's going on?
it's a satanic club where we drink bat blood.
So like I'm not gonna make a joke about that actually, but I was,
What?
no, nothing. But
Have you ever drank bat blood?
no, is that some sort of like worship for salad makers or something? Some sort of
What salary? Wait, hold on. You've never drinking like a raw like bat blood mixed with
no.
honey? Mixed with honey.
I know you're just joking right now.
So you get a bat, you rip its head off, and then you squeeze the blood into a cup. You mix that with honey.
You
And
get
then
HIV.
Antonio, there's a question. Okay, a few questions for you. A few questions for you.
Here. What? I wonder who's asking.
Hold on. Let's. So start with this one. How does Milan become a high value club?
So okay, a few things. First of all, we need to be able to compete for the best players, not only with transfer market fees but also wages. So we have to have a new ownership that's willing to invest money in these things. Because I'm just assuming. I'm just. By the way, I'm assuming that we can't change Italy's structure just to Milan as a club. So we need an ownership that's willing to do that, which I don't think is ever going to happen. Um, we need. Let me think. In terms of high value, I mean, I think honestly, it's as simple as that. Just keep your best players, build your team up, and like slowly get further in the Champions League, like we're doing now. And then, I mean, if you're always far in the Champions League, then eventually you start building up revenues. Your coefficient goes up, seating goes up, and you start to be considered like one of the top clubs. So I think that's pretty much what you need, to be able to keep and buy the best players. So with basically money, like um, I don't really. that's what I think. I mean, then you're gonna say, well, yeah, but how do you get people to like think that it's a top club? I think with our history, all you would need is us to be good in the present consistently, and then it's as easy as that because we have everything we need. We have a history, we have that heritage. Um, it's just about kind of proving that, and I don't think Italy is with the current state that Italy is in, it's hard to kind of do that with the league. So I think we have to rely on Europe, kind of like PSG. I'm not saying that PSG is a top big club, but the there a lot of people think that they're a high value club because of the players they buy, like the superstars they buy. And even though the French league isn't that competitive, I mean, Serie A is competitive, but the French league isn't like at the standard of there's not multiple clubs in the French league that are like competing for the Champions League title every year, like Spain with Real Madrid is in Spain, and then England there's a few of those like Chelsea, Man City in the past years. I think that what Milan can do on an individual level can kind of be like PSG, but don't spend as much money as PSG. If that makes sense. Just like keep your best players, and so every once in a while try to buy that like Nkunku player that can fit into your system and can play that way. Like I think if you do that, that's pretty much what you need to do. Kind of like what Real Madrid does in the sense that they have a good foundation. They just slowly replace the players they need to replace. They also have the money to do that, where we don't. So that's kind of like my complicated answer to that.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. It's true. One approach that I would like to see Milan do is the one thing I would just argue, not argue, just maybe I would like to see is like we don't need to buy 60, 70, 80 million in Kunku. We buy Kunku when he is 16, when he is 17, you know.
Yeah, the only reason why I said that though is because I think what he means by high value is like what like a club that like a big club today will pretty much be able to buy all of these like top players. Like Endrick, for example, from Palmeiras, he
Yeah.
was sold for 60 million and he's like 15 years old. But like, a big club is gonna be able to go and say, okay, you're gonna be the next star, so we're gonna spend this much money and get you. So like stuff like that where like if I'm not saying Milan has to be able to out persuade everyone else, but just the ability for us to do that would show that we're seriously like we're trying to win the Champions League every single year. Like that's what I'm kind of implying.
Yeah, I mean it's the way to do it right now. It is to go that direction. Get better results in the Champions League. It's really there. That's it. It's better. Stay in the Champions League every year. Get better results in the Champions League, and that solves everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, when you have the stadium, when Redbird starts to implement these ideas that you have um, about media, let's see what kind of revenue they bring in. But yeah, it's about revenue because
Roy, your mic cut out.
yeah, I was saying it's about revenue. So you accumulate revenue through doing two things right now: sponsors and results on the pitch. The more better results you have on the pitch, the more sponsors you can get, and you can get to that level.
Also, there was a comment about I forgot. I also wanted to mention this, but someone said Noni Madueke, which is the player that scored 2 goals yesterday against us.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a guy that whose name we've heard before in the past.
yeah,
For me, it's as simple as if you want to, you don't have to be able to buy all like players like Mo Salah or like these
Yeah.
top form right wingers. But when you see a young player that can cut inside, shoot really well, can dribble, and looks like a dangerous attacking player, and he's young, I think it's worth investing in that. But we still haven't addressed that fully in the right wing. So that also is something that frustrated me yesterday, seeing him do that to us. I was like, man, this is like, do we? And then I just see like, Maldini and Masada up in the stands, like shaking their head, like, what the hell? Like, you want to do something about this? Like, what is going on? It was just kind of like it was
what
sad.
would you do this January?
So I have to give more thought about which positions need the most work, but I would personally bring in a right winger, and I know it's easier to do that in the summer, but I think we need to do that like as soon as possible. I'm trying to think who else is injured. So we still have Calabria is coming back now. Oh yeah, we need to get a new goalkeeper, in my opinion.
This
We need to,
January already?
I think we need to
Yeah.
because we're gonna risk losing a lot because I don't know if Manana is gonna be back for the Champions League.
Oh shit, that's in February.
Yeah, but I mean you never know because we don't even have a date for when he's supposed to come back yet, do we?
No.
So it could be like bad, but
Yeah. Okay. So a second goalkeeper. Yeah.
'cause
I mean,
if we don't have that against the freaking like Tottenham Hotspurs, who you already know they're just gonna start shooting like Harry Kane's just gonna keep shooting like and Son has a good shot, and if you let them shoot on the near post like that, it's over. Like you're gonna get destroyed.
okay. So right winger, goalkeeper. What
And
else?
I don't like Serginho Dest to be honest.
Oh, the American boy, bro. That's your boy, man.
Yeah, I thought he was better than he is, but defensively he's a useless player. Sometimes he can dribble
Wow.
and do good stuff, but yesterday when Balotore came in, he was better than Dest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't mind Balotore yesterday, but anyways, we need a backup left back, whoever that
Uh,
is, someone who's consistent.
I wonder if Balotelli is starting to like raise his game, naturally. Just he's becoming a better football player. All these experiences, the African Cup of Nations, the World Cup, and just being in a top level team. He's starting to, now he's 26, right? 27, starting to get in that age, this next phase of his development. So now he's in the full on in his career, but he's still growing, right? What do you think? Do you
Yes.
think the Balotelli could be that? I
Listen,
don't know.
Balotore, it's tough to kind of know how good he can be because he doesn't really show his potential. I feel like when we watch him play, he doesn't really do much on the attacking phase because he plays it very safe. He doesn't want to make mistakes. But from what I saw yesterday, I mean the game was pretty open. But when I was watching, Balotelli actually was taking risks, dribbling players, and he was actually doing pretty well. And he's very fast. But I think he needs to improve his decision making and his I don't know if that's going to be improved. You know what I mean? Like sometimes he's a bit reckless. Sometimes
Yeah,
he doesn't really think too much, in my opinion.
he
Sometimes when
is
I see him
reckless
play.
sometimes.
So that can I don't know how much he can improve in that sense, but he can still improve. But all I know is that Dest defensively is too much of a liability to be playing. Like he needs to play like a wing back or another.
Yeah,
I don't like
yeah,
him in
yeah,
that
yeah.
position.
Uh Look, I Dest is Dest. I mean,
My dad always makes fun of his his hair and the way he looks. 'Cause he looks like he just looks funny. Like
yeah, he's got the DJ look,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the Dest is because of Florenzi. Like when Florenzi in that position as a backup guaranteed you like high, good performances, high level
Yeah,
performances. High
but
strength.
for me, if we're talking long term plans, if we had even a little bit of financial resources, for
Yeah,
me the plan would be simple. So I look at the starting team right now, and I think goalkeeper when he comes back, we have one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Left
Mania.
back, yeah, left back we have one of the best left backs in the world.
Yes,
Center back we have Tomori and Kalulu who should be doing
and
better,
Kiar,
but
and Kiar.
and Kjaer, and we have Tiao who I think has a lot of potential, and
Yeah.
I like his profile
Yep.
but and Gabia as well.
Yep.
And I think for starting, I think we have a decent center back combination, and I think that
Yes.
it's not too much of a concern. They can improve. They need to be improving, especially Tomori because he looks a little bit out of it. But um, they need to be improving. Right back, we have Calabria and Florenzi, who they still haven't convinced me. I know they probably have convinced you,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
for me, I'm
And
not.
Karulu too. And Karulu.
Yeah, they're not it's not a priority position for me, but maybe we'll see what happens in the future if Calabria can, you know, prove himself again in the Champions League. That'd be we'll see. And then our pivot midfielders are pretty good.
Yeah.
But for me, we have a left winger in Leao. I would keep Leao, try as hard as I can to keep him. If not, you would have to sell him and eventually get a good replacement. Um, that's at least can grow into that position. But for me, the positions that we have to improve one way or another are center attacking midfielder and right wing. I'm sad that the
Center
Ketelaere is.
attacking. Oh, okay.
I'm sad that the Ketelaere is failing miserably. But when I watch him play, the guy can't. I mean, it's actually shocking. I didn't think he would ever be this bad. Like
Wow.
he doesn't do anything. He's scared to. He doesn't get involved. He walks around. He doesn't get involved in the build-up play. He's kind of just like always when he gets the ball. He's kind of slow. Doesn't really ever try going forward. Doesn't jump players. I think that he can definitely improve, but if it's, I would even try sending him out on loan. Like if it's not working out, it's not working out.
Damn.
Like we need, we can't be wasting. It's like we're playing with 10 men sometimes with him. He doesn't do anything. We need players that are willing to break the lines and to try something, to shoot from the outside. He can't really do that. Right wing, I think we need. I would also go for a right winger just because we need. I like to have a number one starting right winger, and I think that Salamakers and Messias need to kind of be tested a bit more, and they can't always. I think that both of them need to be stepping it up, and that's why I think I'm more attacking right winger. I mean, Messias sometimes can be that guy that he can finish, but I want to see more from him. I want to see an attacking, more goals, more of an attacking contribution. And then in terms of the striker, we have Giroud, but eventually I would get a young striker, maybe like in a year or two when Giroud is kind of close to the end. So that's like my plan. And then of course improve the bench, like starting from making sure that the backup pivot midfielders are good. Um, Maybe a backup left back, of course. Those types of positions that need improvement. I would probably move Rebic out because he's kind of shown he's peaked. Like I feel bad because I think when he's in his form, Rebic is a really good player. Like he can do a lot of things, but he doesn't do it enough, and he's too inconsistent. So I would move Rebic out, get another backup left winger, and just start like offloading, get rid of Bakayoko, offload the players that don't really do much, and go for players that are more exciting, players that can improve. I mean, that's what I think that's what I would do personally.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'm saying overall in the future. Like that's my opinion.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Rebic needs to step it up for sure. For sure. Left wing. Yeah, I agree. We keep the man now. CDK. That was harsh, man. You're harsh on
I
CDK.
mean, I was defending him for so long, but he's not showing me anything. He's actually kind of been not even. He's been like what is the word, like retrograde, like um not
Regressed.
improving. He's regressing. That's the word. He's like when he first came, I could see that his when he was on the ball, he would like try to. He never really took many risks, but he would always keep the ball, move it around, got some assists. But now it's like this guy doesn't do anything. Like he's too scared to do anything. He looks like lazy and lost. Like,
Wow.
I mean, do you agree the way he's playing right now?
Um.
What is he act like? I was watching the game yesterday. He did nothing. Actually, no, he did save the goal. He saved that goal. He saved an own goal.
My disappointment with the game yesterday was more Rebic than anybody. But yeah, CDK. I mean, I
He's
don't know,
not.
man.
He doesn't give me any like. He's not really a threat. He's not an
The thing,
attacking threat.
the thing is that I don't want to get in this. No, I told you so. Like whatever. But I'm not getting into that conversation. But I never really had high expectations with CDK. So I'm not that surprised. Like and I'm not saying that he's not going to provide high level football. It's just like right now, I really did not expect him to have high numbers. I gotta say, maybe he's doing a little bit worse than I thought he would.
Yeah.
I gotta say that, to be honest. So, I mean, shit. Like, what are we gonna do here? Are we gonna be honest, or are we gonna just say shit to make
Yeah, you
it?
gotta be. Well, I'm saying I did say he could improve, but right now he's playing. He's like a useless player, in my opinion. He doesn't do anything to help the team when he plays. He's not passing. He's not giving good assists. He doesn't score. He defensive contribution is pretty much non-existent because he's always just standing around, like up there. I don't ever see him make like running and hustling back. He makes a lot of careless fouls. Actually, he looks like he's kind of out of it. With his,
Yeah, I mean, you really can't argue that this season has been, you know, good for him or bad
I
for
don't
him.
know. I mean, they saw something in him. I don't know. They were so convinced. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I talked myself into thinking CDK was great from the highlights, and not even from the highlights. I didn't like the highlights too much. They weren't super impressive, but you could see that why he would possibly be interesting. But he's not like we're not seeing that, so it's frustrating.
I mean, look, if you look at his highlights at with AC Milan this year, you can see what his qualities are, right? What he can bring in once he gets there. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Today, like, he's not there. Yeah, it's just a fact.
Yeah.
It's just a fact. So, I don't know. I'm okay with having him continue being in the. I mean, playing.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of exaggerating, but we can't have him, Diaz, and maybe like a new Cam. Like it's needs Diaz is more valuable than him. If we can't get anyone else, I'm not comfortable getting rid of Diaz and relying on just CDK.
Right, right. Diaz is might have quite a growth sprout this season. Like it's due, right? So it's due for him. Just like Leao had it on his third season. Like most players, not. I mean, many times it goes like that. Diaz might have a big impact. You know, that is one thing Lart said that I definitely agree with. Diaz might have a big
Liar
impact.
loves Diaz.
Yeah, he does. Right. Diaz can't do nothing wrong in Lart's eyes. But Diaz should have an important growth sprout if he is the player that Real Madrid thinks he's going to be. You know, like Real Madrid thinks this player is going to be a player that is good enough for Real Madrid.
Are you
That's why they
sure?
got him. Huh?
You're sure? Because they did. I mean, they would probably want him back in the team soon.
You said, am I sure or are they sure?
No, are you sure that you heard that?
No, no, no. It's not that I heard that. They bought him, right? They
Yeah.
bought him and they said, we see the potential in you. Now we're going to send you
I mean, he
around
is a Man
Europe.
City player, so must
He
be
was a
good.
Man City player, right? And then Real Madrid got him. Then Real Madrid put him on loan, sent him out on loan, essentially to develop.
Yeah.
So we're developing the Real Madrid player with Diaz, essentially. Um, yeah, Real Madrid thinks that this guy is going to be a top player. They think, but maybe things are going to go bad during this season, and then they're going to say, okay, we're going to go in a different direction. I
Mm.
mean, I think that's what you probably think is going to happen, right?
Yeah, they're
That
kind of judging him off this season. If he doesn't impress, they're gonna be like, "You can have him, no worries.
right, but if he has a
We'll
good
let you take
season,
him off our hands. We'll let you take him off
yeah, and
Real
he's
Madrid."
getting a big salary from he's getting a big salary from what's his name from Real Madrid. It was like 5 million, something like that, or was that gross? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But um, yeah. So who? I mean, what about Kronic?
I don't mind Kurnish, to be honest. He's not personally. I don't think he'd be good enough to play for a top club. Like he would. I don't think a top club would really rely on a player like Kurnic because they would rather have more specialized players that can play in their position. But for now, for us, Kurnic is fine. Um, so I don't mind him.
Yeah. Look, I mean, look at the Champions League games. We had Leao, Krunic, Rebic, and Giroud. That was a top four. Then you had Kalulu behind Rebic, which covers Rebic's. defensive duties. It helps him there. And then you have Krunic, Tonali, Benacer in the midfield that cover the middle. That's all the fight you need. And then you have Theo Hernandez, offensive, Rebic, offensive, Giroud, offensive, um, and Leao, offensive. So you have four offensive players, and everybody else can provide the balance. That was a good squad. That was a really good squad. I mean, we won 4-0 twice in the Champions League, so, numbers don't lie. Roy, remember I told you about my Japanese friend who I know from university? Brazil Scout made a video about him. Let's watch it.
Wait, really?
What's his name?
Was he in the World Cup?
I've actually seen this kid before.
Who?
John Smith mentioned him another time. I don't remember his name. I don't remember his name.
Oh, is he a pro? John Smith, please explain. Roy, what team impressed you the most in the World Cup?
Probably Morocco.
I mean, in terms of what they did, yes, but their play style didn't impress me too much. But
Well, play style, I think probably Croatia.
I like Croatia. I mean, but their attacking play was pretty poor.
If Croatia had Messi in that team, they would have won the World Cup really easily.
Bro, Modric is so good.
Yeah. If Croatia just had like not even Messi, just like two forwards that score you goals and get assists like regularly, they would have definitely fought for the final. But if they had like a top superstar like a Ronaldo, like a Messi, they would have won the World Cup because they had the best midfield and the defense was kicking ass too. So I would say Croatia minus the offense. What about you?
You said Croatia.
Croatia minus the offense.
Yeah.
As far as football style, as far as football.
Yeah. No, I don't think any one team was like I can't really choose just one team. Like I don't know. For me, nobody really made me super impressed. Like collectively, I didn't think that like the team football was that amazing, but I really liked, and obviously individually, I think Mbappe proved that he's can become one of the best players of all time based on what he did. Um, I think also, let me think. I like Enzo Fernandez was great. Um, some Morocco players, like I mean, Amrabat was really good. From what I saw in Italy, I don't know if I was just kind of like because of the situation of playing international football. I don't know how he played. He kind of made that jump, but he impressed me. The other Moroccan players did as well. That I'd never heard before. So yeah, I think it was more for me. I just noticed individuals. Vardiol, the defender from Croatia, is amazing. Although he did get destroyed by Messi on that one play, but
Yeah, he got
but for most of
he got
the
memed.
tournament, he
He
was
got
great.
memed. That video, I see that video every single day of Messi playing that play on the wing. Like it's on social media. Like
Yeah,
every 1 hour you run into it.
like I got screwed.
Vertial got screwed badly, man. But yeah, I
Meme.
agree. He's really good. He's really good.
Yeah, Chelsea are probably gonna get him. When Chelsea have American owners that actually spend money, like isn't that crazy?
I mean, the thing is, I'm talking about they can spend money. They have all that money right there, so for them it's easy. I'm telling you, dude, it's easy to be a Premier League team. I mean, sure, they deserve it. They did it. They did that for themselves. But it's easy being Klopp. It's easy being Guardiola. It's easy being Conte. These guys are get whatever they want.
Manager, would you win the Champions League?
What?
If you were coaching Man City, would you win the Champions League?
Mm, would I win the Champions League if I was coaching Man City? I don't know. I don't think
Way to
Man
be
City.
humble. Way to be humble.
I don't think Man City is built very well.
You're crazy.
I just feel that if you there are players in other teams that can catch the Manchester City players,
Oh, okay.
right? So, like, I'm not surprised Real Madrid beat Man City. It's not a surprise to me. It's not a surprise to me that the duel between De Bruyne and Modric there was won by Modric. You know, so the truth is that all those teams that you have up there,
So basically, all the English. So if Man City's like, okay, Arsenal right now may be better, but if Man City is like the best English club, and you think that they can't win, do you think that like overall is just not good? Like,
England.
yeah, like so you think that English teams aren't that good, basically? Like, what are you trying to say?
No, I'm not saying that they're not good. I mean, for example, I think that Chelsea, if Chelsea can sort out their offense, they look very solid. I think they
But
have
I feel like when I was watching, like Chelsea, you literally said that Chelsea didn't impress you too much when we played them. Like Man
yeah, the
City
football is
impress.
very.
Man City are impressive. Like when you watch them play.
I'm not that impressed.
Your mic cut out again.
I'm not impressed. Look, dude, I'm like Man City. It's I don't know, dude. It doesn't impress me. I don't know what to tell you, dude. It doesn't impress me.
Okay.
Yeah, they play super high level football because it's a team that has a lot of quality. The coach plays that kind of style of football, but there's a certain spirit that you that needs to come with the football, and I don't really see it in Man City. I don't see that spirit being very strong. I see the football being. It's not even that. Like Guardiola's football with Barcelona was very impressive. This football here is a little bit more square. It's a little bit more less creative. You have De Bruyne, who everything goes through him, and you have players that know how to position themselves because Guardiola is good at showing the players how to do that, and keep the ball. They're all technically good, but I don't know, man. There's something about that spirit that to me is not does not have the killer spirit. I see that killer spirit. I saw it in Liverpool. I saw it in Real Madrid. I see it in Bayern. Uh, I don't see it in Man City, man. I don't know why. I don't see it in PSG either, to be honest with
I would be more scared to play Man City than Bayern, personally.
you. Do you think it's really that different?
I mean, that's what you're kind of making it sound like.
But small margins. Like both teams have way more depth than Milan, so it doesn't matter. Like it's both tough teams to play against.
We could bring Hussein.
Yeah. Um, uh, what would you win a Champions League if you're a Man City's coach?
I think it would be kind of very arrogant of me to say. I mean, but I think like just the players they have, I wouldn't really change much, and I would just like have them play how they're used to playing, and they would go far by themselves. So I don't. I probably. I guess it not. But
Actually, the team that I could say yes, I think I could win the Champions League if I was coaching them would be PSG. I think PSG, yes.
how would you play? By the way, I think their coach is doing a fine job overall.
How would I play? Like with PSG, first of all, you don't need to do much coaching. You just put Messi in his position, Mbappe in his position, Neymar in his position, and then
What would you play with a back four or a back three? Because I think a back three works for PSG.
hmm, a 3-4-3.
They've been playing with a back three, I think.
So a 3-4-3 with Hakimi on the right. So basically, if my offensive players are Hakimi, and he can come back down. Hakimi, Mbappe, Neymar, Messi.
Wait, Roy, is this the guy, by the way?
Yeah. Uh, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's 3 or 4, but with I think PSG is a fairly easy team to coach because you don't have to do much.
Oh, is he? He plays for the Premier. He plays for Brighton.
Yeah. But really, I'm sorry. When it comes to PSG, it's just really those three guys. Everything else, just what do you think? Do you agree or not?
Uh, I think I don't have any experience coaching, so I don't want to be too cocky. But yeah.
No, okay. So for real, what I really believe, like I'm not joking, like a 4-3-3, or a 4-3, some kind of. I mean, I've actually had a team where I had three players where they're all really good. One of them was a total superstar. The other one also, all three of them could have played professional football if they wanted, but they chose to do other things. And you put him in a 4-3-3 situation, but they do whatever. Like you tell them, okay, just cover this area when you don't have the ball, cover this area when you don't have the ball. But essentially, once the ball is played, they do whatever they want. You know, you gotta let him figure it out by themselves. And with Messi, like Messi doesn't need any coach to tell him what to do. Mbappe, I mean, what do you really need to tell Mbappe? Like Mbappe is gonna get the ball and do what he knows how to do. Same
Yeah.
thing with Neymar. So it's fairly simple when it's like that. And then the other players, like in the midfield, you have Verratti, you have Vitinha, you have Fabian Ruiz. Maybe they should get a little bit more muscle there. In defense, Hakimi and three defensive defenders. So only Hakimi that goes up, the other guy on the right, more defensive. The other guy on the left. Boom, easy game, easy team to coach.
Yeah, and then you play
But
Real and
but
you're done.
but the way you deal with big egos is that you let them be big egos. Like that's the secret. Once you start to interfere with who they are and how they, then it's just friction and clash. You just let them be who they are, right? If they have issues in the locker room, you let them duke it out. And if you think you want to interfere, sometimes you interfere. But you let egos be egos because you need those egos on the pitch. You need those egos on the pitch. And then the only problem with these kind of situations, and it comes down, the ego is a factor, is that there's this idea that the work rate is not strong enough, but you can find ways around that. If you let your superstars just be superstars, it will fix itself. Everything will fix itself. That's why I think PSG is the easiest team to coach. I mean PSG. By the way, guys, I mean PSG has a 350 million euro salary cap right now. Manchester City is like at 200. PSG is at 300 and something. PSG has a huge roster. A huge roster. Who do you think is going to win the Champions League, Antonio?
Uh, I mean, honestly, there's the answer that based on how I see the teams play, but also there's the answer of like the heritage experience answer. Um, Let me just look at the teams that are in. I mean, Real Madrid is always going to be they should be the favorites because their team is pretty much the same as last year. Um, so it's kind of hard to bet against Real Madrid. I like Man City always with Holland. They're going to be good. Um, I'm going to check now. I don't think Chelsea's going to win. I don't think Tottenham's going to win. I don't think Napoli is going to end up winning. Um, I honestly feel like it's probably going to either be Man City, Real Madrid. Real Madrid 1, Man City 2, and then Bayern 3. PSG maybe also should be in there, but they still haven't convinced me. And also, I feel like Messi probably isn't going to care too much. He's already won everything now, and like, it's pretty much like, I don't know.
Yeah, that is a good question. Like, are they hungry? Like, are these guys going to be hungry? Is Messi going to be hungry?
Mm.
What do you think of Cristiano Ronaldo's move to? Uh, I think it's this team right here, Al Nassr.
Yeah, I think it's kind of sad. But
Really?
I don't
Why?
know. I think that the only reason why he couldn't get into a fine European team is because his wage requests were probably too high. So if he really wanted to stay in Europe, he would have just taken lower wages, and I think he should have done that because it's kind of sad to like just kind of clearly be giving up after Messi wins the World Cup. I've always been a Messi like over Ronaldo. Like it's always been my opinion just because of the way that he plays football. I think Messi's better. But I think that I didn't think I'd feel this way, but I do feel bad for Ronaldo. Like, why are you doing this now? It's kind of like just admitting defeat, in my opinion. And he should have stayed in Europe. Like, just take lower wages, but stayed in Europe. You know,
Yeah. So you think he should have stayed?
should have stayed in Europe. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about it. I think that the issue with Ronaldo is that the only way he could have stayed in Europe was to do what Antonio said, less demands.
Yeah, because for example, I'm not saying that this would be a great solution, but I'm pretty sure if he had lowered his wages to something like affordable, then he could have always gone to play for Sporting. And he could have. I mean, I know Sporting isn't like, so they're not always in the Champions League, but at least he could do something a bit more with dignity than like leaving Europe. Um, I know that it's hard because it kind of depends on what the real truth is for like what did all these clubs really just unanimously reject Ronaldo, or was it because they rejected him because of his wages and he had high wage requests, and they were looking at him recently with United and how bad the team was doing early, so it's not, and his age, so it's not really worth that high wage. But if he had lowered his wages, I feel like realistically there would be some clubs that would have taken him. So that's why I believe that was the case, that it was just his wages that were high. But you never know. So if no club really didn't want him, like no big European club, then it does make sense to just take the payday and go to leave. But I think that that's probably not what happened.
Uh, yeah, no, for sure. If he's asking for reasonable wages, it's everything is much more simpler. Obviously, nobody can give him the football guarantees that he wants because no team that is fighting for top football right now has the ability to give him the wages he wants and also put him as the top star that plays 90 minutes and doesn't allow youth to develop. Everything goes through him, etc., etc. Right? That's Ronaldo. So no team in Europe can give him that. Um, I think honestly that this is a good way to retire from football. Like it's done, it's finished. You have outgrown your like the thing about Ronaldo is that wherever he goes, he generates a lot of money. So like in a certain way, probably he feels entitled to ask for that kind of money because his merchandise sells like crazy. His ads with him, a team with him, his shirts of exposure is he's got the biggest following on social media. We're talking about a money making machine. There's a reason why they give him so much money is because he produces a lot of money. So I think okay, it's done. Your career's finished. This is now you're basically doing this because you have the ability because you have created for yourself the ability to make an extra $1 billion just for playing a few more seasons and then being an ambassador of a sport because of what you created for yourself. I think Crossroad is finished. His career is done. He has said bye to football. He's going to make his money, and uh, and that's it. And then move on to whatever next happens next. That's how I feel about
Hmm. Yeah.
it. I think he just wants to play every game, and that is why he wants to leave the top clubs. Yeah, he definitely wants to play. He definitely wants to play. Uh, Antonio Objectively, since Zidane was one of the worst players of the World Cup, you underestimate how much
I
he.
disagree with that person. I don't think he's that. I think if he went to Italy, like okay, I know it's been 2 years, but when he was last in Italy, he was. I thought he was good on Juventus. He may have declined a lot, I guess, but I feel like if you put him in on a Milan team that creates a lot of chances and runs and moves, like he would be fine. He would be scoring goals
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah.
because all you need to do is just give him a cross and he'll jump and head it in. That's what he
Yeah,
does.
yeah, but again, like the issue is not that. The issue is that Ronaldo comes with a bunch of things. His
Yeah.
super high wages.
I
That's
don't
one
know
of
if him
them.
and Zlatan would be a good.
Um, but he's definitely like the thing is like no team. Like I'm not talking about Milan. I'm talking about the teams that have a certain amount of resources today that wants to win the Champions League this year. No team is saying Cristiano Ronaldo is going to come here and be the center of the team. Nobody's doing that. Would you disagree with that or agree with that?
Definitely agree, like, because the center of the team, there's no way. If if that's what he wants, he's not like. I don't even know if Messi is because of his name is the focus of PSG, I guess. But I feel like Mbappe is the real center of PSG.
Yes,
So
Mbappe
like,
is
I
really.
think Messi is different. Like, if Ronaldo really wants to be like that, then I would. Then yeah, that's kind of asking for way too much.
Yeah, I mean Messi set himself up a very smart way because he gets to be in this team where there's so much money, where a team where they can afford three players that demand to be in the center of a team. They just it's easy for Messi. With Ronaldo, some, I mean, which teams really can do that? Aside from PSG, he should have gone to Man City, man. Like he should have instead of listening to Alex Ferguson, he should have gone to Man City, and that would have been much better for him. Because in Man City, probably now he'd be the center forward, I think, and
Yeah,
or
unless
he would
Pep
be
has
the
a
left wing.
problem.
Yeah, I mean, he could have been the left winger with Haaland right now.
Mm, that's a good point.
He could have been the left winger with Haaland right now. Oh, yeah, whatever, man. He's making $1 billion, dude. $1 billion.
Yeah.
Did you see these um, uh, sheets that are coming out? He's making $6 a minute.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah. That's crazy.
he makes 500K a day. That's insane. 500K a day.
Passive income.
Yeah, passive income.
He's just gonna get injured and like he'll just or fake an injury and then he's good.
It was a little bit of fall from grace. Yeah, he did not end his European experience in the best of ways.
I thought that they were at least gonna make the final. You know, like just to set up that Ronaldo Messi final.
Well, he thought it was going to be rigged.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Football is rigged, Roy.
What did you make out of the World Cup? Were you? Do you think it went the right way? Do you
It
think
was cool, but I was not happy with Argentina's and like their behavior personally. So I actually was cheering for France, even though I predicted Argentina to win. So I was a bit disappointed with the way that they were behaving. I think Mbappe is one of those games where he played so well that like I don't know what the hell their goalkeeper was doing, like making fun of him after. That was kind of stupid to me. But and also I wasn't really impressed by the team play of all of the different teams. It was more of like a showcase of a lot of good individual players. So I mean, it was okay in my opinion, but it was entertaining for sure. I'll say.
do you think Messi deserves a Ballon d'Or?
I mean, like after this World Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think. I guess because Mbappe would have definitely won it, but Messi won the World Cup, so it also depends on. That's huge. It's tough.
Who,
Messi
who,
was the
who,
best player of the World Cup winning team, so there's that.
he got
Um,
MVP too.
yeah, and that's just. I mean, but Mbappe would have gotten that if they won, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But also, I mean, if he can do okay, like if I think his stats are looking good for PSG right now. Like he's having a good season, and
Yes, yes. Both of them are.
if he can have good like a decent season with PSG, then I think that shows that he's gonna win it. To be honest, um, yeah,
Yeah, I think they're going to give it to him again.
I feel bad because Mbappe hasn't won one yet, but I think he's got his career ahead of him.
It's
So
coming. It's coming for sure. Like he's definitely in line to get it. Also because being French, it's going to be a lot of bias, especially because that is it is given by journalists, if I'm not mistaken. There's a bunch of people that vote for it, but there's a lot of journalists that vote for it.
hmm
So him being France football, I mean, and it's well deserved. It is well right now. Mbappe, Haaland are the two best new upcoming players.
oh
You know
wow, yeah.
that you can see winning the.
Holland, yeah, but I think Mbappe's clear of Holland. I mean, no matter how many
I
goals
don't know,
Holland
man.
scores.
I don't.
Oh, apparently the Premier League just posted that the transfer window is open officially. Roy, you're muted.
I don't know, man. Haaland is quite impressive. I think, yeah, has this is really impressive. You're saying clear, so he's completely clear.
Well, okay. It's a kind of an exaggeration, but when I see Mbappe, I can just tell that he's got some class that Holland will never have.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be a tight battle. I think it's going to be a tight battle.
It's just basically pure goals that Holland can give
Yeah,
you, and
yeah, that's
like.
right. Yeah,
But Mbappe is a football player. Like,
I think it's going to be this generation. If we're going to look at it this way, Mbappe is a Messi and Haaland is the Ronaldo. You
yeah,
know,
but even Ronaldo is much more technical than Holland is. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I think so. Maybe Mbappe is a little bit more technical than Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know. But I mean, look, I saw Holland play the other night against Leeds, and okay, like I see why this guy is the way he is. Like, it's no joke. He scored today too. I mean, I saw that a stat that just with the goals he scored. I saw a stat today. It came out. Someone put it out. Just with the goals he scored today so far, 16 or 17 games into the league, he would have already won the Golden Boot in the season this, and a bunch of seasons that have went by.
Yeah, but it's also because I think it's also that it's the team that he's playing for. They create so many chances. Like he scores a lot of tap-in goals.
Scores a lot of tap and goals that other people weren't scoring last season. Um, look, this player is really smart. He is really smart. Like every single touch I saw, every movement, every pass, every layoff gives the team an advantage.
Mhm.
He's much better than I thought he was. I gotta say, much better than I thought he was. I never really paid attention to him, but let's see, let's see. Maybe I'm wrong about it. We'll find out.
Yeah,
My guy's is Francesco Camarda, man. That guy is the future.
my only concern for him is that he's not going to develop into like a physically dominant player, like because he's kind of small and he still has to grow. So if he gets unlucky like that, that could be a problem.
Yeah, that's always a risk. That's always a risk. Look at this comment. Messi had 5 penalties during this World Cup. Media is going to give it to Messi, but he was not no Maradona or even Baggio level at a World Cup. Do you agree with this?
I think that I agree with the statement about the performance. Like I think that those my opinion would be that those two players were like amazing at the World Cup, and Messi was the leader and he played very well, but he didn't play as well as they did in the World Cup. But overall, it's kind of not that important, and I think that even though they're penalties, like World Cup penalties have so much pressure. Like
Yeah.
I was
Uh,
actually surprised that Mbappe was able to score like three of them in the World Cup final against a very good penalty saving goalkeeper. Like that was those penalties weigh a lot. So you
yeah,
know
Mbappe is going to break some crazy records in the World Cup. He's already at 12 goals, while the top scorer, I think, is at 18 at all time. So Mbappe is just 23. He's already
he
at
can
12
win a
goals.
lot in his career. Like
Yeah, yeah.
he if they I mean he could get the Champions League this year. You never know.
I mean, the guy already won the World Cup, for heaven's sake. Like, that's just insane. That's out of this world. That's, like, just out of this world. How do you guys rank Pele? What do you guys think of him?
Oh, he's fantastic. I was just watching a documentary about him today. He's so good. I know if I don't want to get into this conversation because people are going to disagree with me, but I have my personal top like five greatest players list already made.
Who is it?
So one and two, I mean, I'm still kind of debating, but I think I'm gonna
Salamakers,
stop.
Krunic.
My number one best player personally is
Uh oh.
Maradona.
Oh, shit. Influenced by your dad.
Number
Dude,
two
have your. Okay, good. Go ahead.
is Pele. Three Messi. Four. Um, I think I'm gonna say R9 and then five Ronaldinho.
Wow. Wow. So, Maradona 1, Pelé 2, Messi 3, Ronaldo the Phenomenal 4, Ronaldinho 5.
But this is not based on what they've won. It's
It's all
based off of like the way they play. Their
Brazil and
class.
Argentina, pretty much.
Yeah, but I'm not South American, so it's just I'm just doing what I see.
Interesting, interesting. You have to give it to Pelé. You really have to give it to Pelé, I think, because like three
Three
World
World
Cups,
Cups. Yeah,
like that's just out of this world.
I was watching it today. It's crazy.
Yeah, Pelé and Gazeta dello Sport actually put out a video of Pelé of showing all these crazy moves that players have done today, and then they showed Pelé doing those same moves. Like let's say the Cristiano's overhead kick goal against Juventus, like they show Cristiano's goal, and then they show Pelé do the same goal, like in a World
Yeah,
Cup game. Then like a dribble or all these plays. So I think Pelé winning three World Cups puts him on top of everybody else.
damn, yeah.
Um, then I would say then it's either Messi or Maradona next for B. Uh, shit, dude. I don't know. I don't know. The thing is that if you put Maradona in Messi's Barcelona, like Maradona is winning just as much as Messi is. If you play Maradona in that Barcelona, Maradona would have won the Ballon d'Or every year. He would have won the Champions Leagues, probably more than Messi, maybe. I mean, that's the thing. Maradona didn't play for these super strong teams, and Maradona achieved a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like getting Maradona. You put Maradona in Udinese right now, and Udinese becomes like the best team in Italy. Like,
Maradona is probably helping Napoli win right now, to be honest.
Oh, you want to know a crazy trivial fact? Crazy
What's up?
coincidence. Last time Argentina won a World Cup was the same year Napoli won the Scudetto.
Freaking Maradona. What the hell?
See, dude, it's written in the stars.
He's doing some voodoo shit, and he's
Yeah.
helping him win.
Shit, Messi or Maradona, dude. I don't know. You said you put Maradona in front of Messi, yeah?
Yeah, and I put Pele in front of Messi.
Two.
Roy, I think I'm gonna have to head out because I have to start partying
All right, man.
on the strip. So
Party, party, party. Don't do stupid shit, bro. Like, don't do stupid
no, I'm
shit.
gonna find out where you're partying, and I'm gonna.
No, like I'm. I told you, like, we do some crazy shit that it's probably best for you. Don't take part in it.
Do some sacrifices or something, or like
Well, like, drink bat blood mixed with honey.
you're
You
definitely
know,
going to like a freaking like Burger King or something. And you're doing something like low key, and you're just you're just like I don't know, trying to troll.
no. It's 100%
Roy, you should
Satanism.
vlog. You should vlog.
It's 100% the Satanic Church of drinking blood and shit.
Roy, you
That's
know
what
what
it's.
would make my evening would be for you to upload one of those like news videos where you're just walking outside and you're like recording yourself and you're like, guys, the January transfer market is open. We'll see what happens. And you just like keep like a short little video and you post it. You should do that.
A rant.
Yeah, you should.
Well, the Mercato is officially open. It is officially open.
I want to see that video.
Yeah. I'll put out the video of the bat sacrifices tonight. I'll do that.
All right. That's good.
All right, man. Have a good one. Happy New Year.
Thank you too.
Where are you going tonight with the family?
I'm not going with the family.
Oh, you're partying on your own in Hollywood, bruh. You're
Yes.
crazy. You're crazy. Clown City. Clown City. Make sure you're going in the circus.
Yep. Going
Um,
to have some explorations.
nice with your crazy cousins.
I don't have crazy cousins.
Okay.
Okay.
But so by yourself?
No. I'll
Okay.
yeah, no comments. All right, see you, Roy.
All right, Antonio. Have a good night. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Thanks, you too.
Peace.
Bye.
Maradona is the greatest in my opinion. Pelé is the GOAT. Roy. Was the Serie A the top league during Pelé era? Or was it South American leagues? Because some people hold Pelé not going to Europe as a negative. Serie A was definitely not the top. Hold on, guys. I gotta take a call. One second. All right, guys. Give me a second. I'll be back in 1 second. In the meantime, watch. In the meantime, watch Quaro Mitoma. All right, I'm back. Had to take a call, important call. Anyway, guys, how's it go live? Happy New Year to everybody. Il calciomercato. Let me just check when calciomercato starts. Let me see when it starts. Calciomercato invernale della stagione. A partire da oggi, lunedì. Oh, it's probably not the first. It's probably starts on Monday. Si parte il 3 gennaio alle 23. So I think it's Monday. Quando inizia il invernale? Quando inizia il calcio? Quando inizia così come inizia il calcio? 21, 22, no, 21, 22. Does anybody know in chat? When does it open? Most of Europe with a long way to go. Okay. The Premier League winter window will span January 20, open at midnight on January 1st. Serie A Monday, January 2nd, but it will close on the same date. Italy Serie A, Serie B, Serie C, the window will open January 2nd and close on Tuesday, January 31st. Okay. All right. Forza lotta, vincerai. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Forza Milan. Until the next one, Happy New Year to everybody. Peace out. Forza Milan. Ciao. But, actually, before we go, I like this player. From what I saw, I like he's technical. He has some good plays. He's the real deal. He's the real deal. All right, guys. Have a good night. Peace out. Later.